Well, a pleasant good evening, everyone. From Clipper Magazine Stadium, the Lancaster Barnstormers will be looking to break a trend here tonight. The trend is alternating wins and losses by 6 runs. And last night they won big, 8-2 over the Sugar Land Skeeters in the opener of a 3-game series here. Great night at the plate for Destin Hood and Anderson De La Rosa. They had back-to-back doubles in 2 different innings. Michael Martinez contributed 3 hits last night. John Anderson won his 10th of the season. He has established himself as the ace of this pitching staff and beginning to climb the leaderboard all time in Barnstormers strikeouts in a single season, and should be able to break the single season record sometime in the next 2 or 3 starts. Tonight for the Barnstormers, it will be Jonathan Albaladejo on the hill, and Albie is looking for his first win since July the 24th. He hasn't had his best of seasons necessarily, but he should be better than 2-7. He has not gotten a lot of support. The Barnstormers averaging just above 3 runs a game for the player coach. He'll match up against Chase DeYoung, who was in the major leagues earlier this year with the Minnesota Twins for 1 appearance. It was the 3rd straight year that he had gotten a call up to the major leagues. 2 years ago with Seattle, last year as well as this year with the Minnesota Twins. He was released by the Twins, was not pitching well in their organization. The appearance at the major league level didn't go well. He had poor numbers with AAA Rochester this year, but since coming to Sugar Land, he has done well enough. 3-2 with a 4.37 ERA. He has split decisions in his 2 starts against the Lancaster Barnstormers. The Barnstormers trying to build a winning streak. They're still in the race in the second half, but they can't get there. They cannot achieve what every team in this league sets out to do at the start of the year, and that's get to the playoffs and then go on and win it without some kind of an extreme hot streak. They're going to have to win several games in a row and put together one of those streaks that would be something to the extent of 14 out of 16, something like that. The alternating wins and losses just will not get them where they want to go. So Albaladejo and DeYoung are the opposing pitchers here tonight. As promised last night, I had a chat with a guy who, if there were an award for most improved player from the start of the year to now, it would clearly go to outfielder Devon Torrance, who has worked his way into the starting lineup every night. He's batted .306 since the middle of June. Devon, my guest on the Dugout Report, and I'll be back with him in just a moment here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Just like a baseball team needs pitchers, sluggers, relievers, and coaches to win games, a fire company needs firefighters, drivers, fire police officers, and administrative help to be successful. Fire companies need to function as a well-oiled team, and through training, preparing, working together like a team in an emergency, your local fire company responds to help save lives and property. It's time you stepped up to bat to hit a home run for your local Lancaster County Fire Company. Go to becomeafirefighter.org, sign up, and take a swing for the fences. Join the Lancaster County Fire Service team.
Wow, season 15. Can you believe it? Gockenauer Appliance is proud to be back partnering with your Lancaster Barnstormers again this season, and has been since day 1. We are also proud to be celebrating our 70th year of business this season, and wanted to thank all of you for your support and business over all these years. I'll be back after the Dugout Report to tell you about some great offers and giveaways we have for you during this 15th season of Barnstormers Baseball.
Welcome back to tonight's edition of the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. My guest is outfielder Devon Torrance. And Devon, you came here as a project, and while nobody ever completely masters this game, you certainly have worked your way into the lineup on an everyday basis. You've got to be so happy with the progress.
Yeah, man, it's been a true blessing, man. Everybody's been just helping me as far as just getting comfortable in the plate, man, understanding my approach, and, just being able to get in there every day and get some at-bats, fail and then succeed. I think it's given me more confidence. Just having that confidence has allowed me to play a little bit more free, man, and, I'm just having fun with it, man. It's a great blessing to be here. I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
I mean, when you have a series like you had against High Point, you were kind of you and Caleb, I guess, the stars of that series for the Barnstormers, and you've driven High Point a little bit crazy this year. They don't know what to do with you.
I mean, yeah, man, honestly, I'm just going up there trying to put the ball in play, not trying to do anything, out of the ordinary, trying to hit home runs or anything, man, just trying to find a way to get on base, so guys like Gendel can drive me in, Turtle can drive me in, we got a good lineup, man, with the addition of Applin, he's swinging it pretty well, and Martinez is back healthy, so, just that a series, I told myself I'm going to try and get on base and, steal some bags and, give them guys a chance to drive in some runs.
Your outfield play has gotten better over the course of the year, too. And, again, it's just a question of reps. Early in the year, it looked like you got blinded a couple of times. Now you're able to avoid that. Everything's a lot smoother.
Yeah, man. I think, early when I got here, I was, a project and stuff like that, man. But like I said, being here with this team, we got a lot of good veteran leadership. Like I said, Hood, Turtle, Gendel, even the pitchers, man, like Anderson, Schumann, just everybody's just, collectively just been helping me in so many different ways. And, I think they all have that AAA MLB experience. And, I've been able to take that and, really apply it. Is why I think I've been having some success. And just being receptive to information, constructive criticism, man, and working with Josh Bell. Like I said, it's been a true blessing, man. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else or any other team, man. And I'm extremely grateful because, Ross gave me a chance and he stuck with me. And, I'm extremely, extremely thankful for that where, any other organization or team probably wouldn't have. So, he's given me, a second chance at, baseball, so to speak. And, I thank God for that.
Yeah, this is your first time with a 140-game schedule in baseball, and they call this the dog days of August. It's actually an astronomy term, but it also applies to this business. Not only a physical grind at this point, but definitely a mental one, too.
Yeah, definitely, man. Me and Hoodie, we joke about it a lot, about the different how your body's tired from football and from baseball. Everybody thinks because you're a football player, you're supposed to be in shape and not get tired and stuff like this. But this baseball, it's a different field, man. Your legs are tired, and like you said, this is my first full season of baseball. So, I'm learning to, how I need to take care of my body and still be able to get, my work in and reps in and stuff like that, man. And, it's I feel like things are starting to come together full circle as far as everything, not just baseball. So I'm excited to see how we end up and finish here with the month left that we got, man. I think that we have an opportunity to still make the playoffs and still do some damage here. We've been playing a really good baseball these last few weeks. We lost a couple of games where we probably shouldn't have, but overall, we've been playing really good baseball, so, we'll see what happens here.
Part of all this, especially at this time of year, is work, yes, but also rest. Physical rest, but also mental rest. Do you have some diversionary things to just get your mind off of this for a little bit?
Not really, man. I'm locked in, man. The only things I do is, I'll read my Bible and come play baseball. Those are my two things that I told myself I wanted to do with this opportunity. When I got it was, focus on my faith in God and reading the Bible more and, just being in baseball because these guys have been doing this the last 10 years every single day. I've never gotten an opportunity to do it, so, I'm 100% committed to it. The only other thing I might do is watch some Netflix when I get home, of a TV show, but, that's all I do outside of baseball, is read my Bible and, some TV.
About a month left in the regular season here. What's the area where you'd like to see yourself improve the most? And if you were to pinpoint one thing that you have already learned this year, what would that be?
I think the thing that I've learned the most is that, in football, everything's so go right now. And with baseball, I've learned that my 80% is where I thrive at the best. I don't have to be so, for example, when I'm at the plate and I don't have to try and strong arm and muscle everything out. I can just have an 80% type swing and be more relaxed, and therefore, I'll be able to square up the ball a little bit more. And, you know, just continuing to grow with my baseball IQ. You know, just those little things. I don't think, you know, nothing just out of the ordinary. You know, at the end of the day, it's baseball. You know, run, hit, and throw. You know what I mean? And let the chips fall where they may.
Well, Devon, thanks for taking time out tonight. Again, great series against High Point, Sugar Land, and now you found yourself kind of at the center of a firestorm the last time that we met up with this ball club. Hopefully things have cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully they have, man. Like you know, I didn't know. I'm still learning a lot, man. The bunt I put down, I didn't think that it was, you know, something that should have gotten out of hand like that. You know, I was taught to win and to trying to keep winning and compete. But yeah, hopefully they, you know, things have blown over and we can get back to playing baseball and, you know, trying to compete and win. And, you know, we'll see what happens, man. But, you know, we're ready to go. And, you know, we're excited about the series. We're excited about, you know, this last month of baseball, man. Like, we're ready, you know.
Devon Torrence joining me tonight on the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report. Starting lineups come your way next right here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Hi, Adam Gockenauer back with you again to tell you about some of the great offers we have for you all season long. Stop in every day to register for a team-signed Barnstormers jersey. No purchase necessary. One lucky winner will win this very special jersey at the end of the season. Did you know we also have the best deals on the full line of Weber gas grills? Hey, mention this ad and receive free delivery on every Weber grill you purchase during the season. The best brands at the best prices, Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
Enjoy baseball and stay in shape. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great package for our more experienced fans to do both. The Silver Stormers package is open to all fans 55 and above. Get a ticket to all Tuesday home games. Take a walk around our beautiful stadium during the day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And get a Silver Stormers t-shirt to sport to all of these events. The Silver Stormers is presented by A&E Audiology and Hearing Aid Center. Sign up today at the stadium or at LancasterBarnstormers.com.
Welcome back from Clipper Magazine Stadium. As promised, here are the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. For the visiting Sugar Land Skeeters, Rico Noel will lead off. He will be in center field. The left fielder batting number 2 is Winton Bernard. Jason Martinson will bat third and play shortstop. The cleanup batter is the designated hitter Zach Borenstein. Juan Silverio will bat fifth and play third base. The first baseman hitting sixth is Albert Cordero. Catcher Cody Stanley bats seventh. The right fielder in the 8th slot is Blair Beck. And batting ninth, playing second base, will be Javier Betancourt. On the hill is Chase DeYoung, right-hander who was with the Minnesota Twins at the major league level earlier this season. Now as a Sugar Land Skeeter, he is 3-2 with a 4.37 earned run average. For the Barnstormers, Devon Torrence, our pregame guest, is up in the leadoff slot. He will be in left field. Caleb Gindel will bat second and play center. The third baseman hitting third is Joe Turdoslavich. Destin Hood, the cleanup batter, in the DH. Andrew Applin was a late scratch before the game this evening. The shortstop batting fifth is Michael Martinez. Casey Hobson is batting sixth, playing first base. The catcher Parker Morin bats seventh. Darian Sanford, another start at second base. He is batting in the 8th slot, and Greg Golson in the lineup this evening. He is batting ninth and stationed in right field with Jonathan Albaladejo on the mound. The Barnstormers player coach, 2-7 on the year with a 5.20 earned run average. It is absolutely spectacular at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Join us if you have the opportunity to do so. We've got play-by-play baseball coming your way next, right here on the Lancaster Barnstormers YouTube channel.
Localflavor.com, local flavor. Localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. Localflavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
Localflavor.com, Local Flavor. Come on, everybody! Localflavor.com, Local Flavor. Localflavor.com, Local Flavor.
So the Lancaster Barnstormers, wearing their red jerseys tonight, hit the field with a lot of kids out there for Field of Dreams tonight. It is a brilliant night for baseball at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Sunny, temperatures in the 70s, the humidity is gone. Really not much of a breeze. You don't need one here tonight. Spectacular night at Clipper Magazine Stadium. If not tonight, then make sure you're on your way to the ballpark for tomorrow. Home games are starting to run out, and the NFL doesn't start yet, so this is the last Sunday you can be out here before the NFL kicks off, so enjoy tomorrow with us as we wrap up the homestand. Now it's down to the field and our opening ceremonies.
The Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Mike Mauer. Mike Mauer.
Oh, it's nice to hear an instrumental version every once in a while. Very well done on the trumpet here this evening as the Lancaster Barnstormers take on the Sugar Land Skeeters in the middle game of a 3-game series. Barnstormers with Jonathan Albaladejo on the hill. 6'5", 260-pound right-hander, the Gentle Giant, 36 years of age, 2-7 in his 13 starts this season. He was on the shelf for a month and a half or so earlier in the campaign. His ERA 5.20, 84 hits allowed in 71 innings, 41 earned runs. He has walked 19 and struck out 46. He's 0-2 in 3 previous starts against the Sugar Land Skeeters. Defensively for the Barnstormers tonight, Joe Terdoslavich will make the start at third. Michael Martinez is at short. Darian Sanford again opening a game at second base. And Casey Hobson over at first. The outfield has Devon Torrance in left with Caleb Gindel in center. Greg Golson is the right fielder. And tonight Parker Morin will be handling the chores in back of the plate with Albaladejo on the mound. Our umpiring crew has Nate Caldwell behind the plate. The first base umpire will be Tim Detweiler this evening. Derek Moshe will handle the chores over at third. Good crowd on hand, but we need you, so come on out if you have that opportunity here this evening. Albaladejo completing his warm-up throws with just 1 or 2 more here, and we will be able to get things completely underway this evening at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Again, the sun is out. There is a bank of clouds out to our west, and we may not have to deal with the glare all that long. Remember, tomorrow, a later start for the Sunday. We have a 5 o'clock game at the ballpark tomorrow with the citywide school system backpack giveaway here tomorrow during the day. Center fielder Rico Noel will get things underway tonight for the Sugar Land Skeeters. Noel hitting .268 with a home run, 8 runs batted in. He opened up last night's game with a double into the left field corner, but the Skeeters were never able to score him. He was left at third. He even had to steal that off of John Anderson in the opening inning. Anderson notching his 10th win of the season here a night ago. Noel digs in. His presence in the batter's box draws in Ternaslovich and Hobson from the corners. And the first pitch from Albaladejo is down and away, ball one. Albie very uncharacteristically walked 5 in his last start, but he had gotten away with it until he came back out for the 7th inning. He had allowed just 1 hit going into the 7th and carried a 6-1 lead. It got partially away from him and then all the way away with 4 more high point runs in the top of the 9th. 1 ball, 1 strike on Noel after a tapper foul. Winton Bernard, the left fielder, waits on deck. Albaladejo comes back. This is looped out to left center field. Coming on is Gindel, and Caleb is there to make the catch for out number 1. It is so important to keep Noel off base because he, like Darian Sanford, will tear the defense apart and make the pitcher focus on the base paths as well as on home plate. Here is Winton Bernard, the left fielder. Bernard at 282 with a couple of home runs, 22 driven in. Like Noel, 1 for 5 in last night's game. The Skeeters had minimal success throughout the batting order last night. Every position in the lineup reached base at least once. Everybody had a hit except for DJ Peterson. He walked twice. There's a ground ball up the middle. Albaladejo trying to reach for it with his bare hand. Couldn't get it, and Bernard is on at first base with a 1-out single. Another guy who's capable of doing some damage on the bases. He's 12 for 13 stealing. And shortstop Jason Martinson will come to the plate. Martinson has struggled lately. He was 1 for 4 last night. That was on a fly ball that Caleb Gindel never saw. And it dropped to Caleb's left, out toward the right field corner, but it would have been easily playable if Gindel had picked it up off the bat. There were others who didn't see it either. Casey Hobson did and tried to direct traffic, and Gindel never could find it. Right at that perfect twilight hour. Albaladejo pulls his foot, and Bernard wanders back into first base. Again, Juice Gums is coaching first. Not sure who that is over on the third base side at the moment, wearing the Sugar Land Skeeters official hoodie. Fouled at the plate by Martinson. No balls and a strike. Zach Borenstein, the left-handed batting DH, an outfielder by trade, waits on deck. Just underway tonight at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Lancaster Barnstormers taking on the Sugar Land Skeeters. Tomorrow, the final game of the season series. We will not see the Skeeters anymore. The runner takes off. The pitch is outside and, in fact, gets away from Morin. Bernard won't be able to advance beyond second base. He will get the steal and is in scoring position with a count of 1 ball and 1 strike on Jason Martinson. Had he picked up before going into his slide that Morin did not receive the pitch adequately, he might have been able to make the turn and go to third, but he was already into the slide and no chance to get back up as Morin hustled and recovered the ball quickly. Jason Martinson with a chance to drive in a run. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top half of the first inning. The Barnstormers struck first last night and eventually would extend the lead to 5-0 before Sugar Land scored. Swing and a miss. Albaladejo is ahead of Martinson at 1-2. Jonathan, fastball, splitter, curve, slider. After the Monday night start, I had an amazing time just sitting downstairs and discussing pitching with him, and he will talk about it at length. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking back to Bernard. Here's the motion. Albie to the plate, a check swing by Martinson. The Barnstormers ask for help. They are turned down by Tim Detweiler, and Martinson is alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's one that may have been a strike under the old rules and not a strike under the new ones, that it was borderline under the older rules. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martinson hitting just 174 against the Barnstormers in the season series, but he does have 3 home runs. He grounds a base hit up the middle. Bernard didn't pick it up right away, and he was headed back to second thinking Martinez had a play. He just moves up the third. Martinson with the single into center, and Zach Borenstein, the designated hitter, will come to the plate. Albaladejo giving up a couple of base hits here in the opening inning. Runners are at the corners for Borenstein, who is batting .267 with 16 home runs and 52 driven in. Sugar Land is not necessarily an explosive offense, but a team that will score enough to support what has been a very good pitching staff. And they score fairly consistently. First and third, 1 out, swing and a miss. Pitch was up top, and Borenstein went for it. No balls and a strike. Well, Jonathan Albaladejo, this is his transition year. He wants to be a full-time coach somewhere after this. And as much as he knows about the art of pitching, I think younger players somewhere would definitely be able to benefit from that bank of knowledge. Inside and low on Borenstein, it is 1-1. Whether it's here, perhaps into the future, or elsewhere in this league, or elsewhere in a major league organization, somebody is going to be able to pick his brain. 1 ball and 1 strike. Albaladejo working out of a low set position, trying to get a double play. Runner from first takes off, and it is a ground ball to second. Sanford will allow the run to score. Martinson on the move on the play, and with that, the Barnstormers had no shot at turning 2. Borenstein's out 4-3, and that will pick up the first run of the night as Bernard is across. Martinson is ahead to second base, and Juan Silverio, the right-handed batting third baseman, comes to the plate. Albaladejo not a big strikeout pitcher anymore. He'll pitch to contact and generally do rather well. He backs off and has Martinson headed back to second base. Sanford began to race over in case there was the possibility of a throw. Silverio awaiting the offering, and a strike taken. It's 0-1. Had Martinson not been running on that pitch, the Barnstormers may very well have had time to turn 2. And that would have been a nice escape for Albaladejo. Sugar Land flipped the right switch and got themselves a run. 0-1. Silverio gets jammed, hits a slow dribbler toward third. Terdoslavich with plenty of time to fire across the diamond. That will end the inning. But it is a run on the board early for the Sugar Land Skeeters. 2 hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. At the end of a half tonight here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, it is Sugar Land 1. The Barnstormers are coming up. Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu.
Picking one thing over the other can be hard.
Toast or avocado toast?
Ooh, 4 or 5-inch heels.
But with Pick Games from the Pennsylvania Lottery, drawn twice daily, picking's as easy as 2, 3, 4, or 5. Plus, add Wild Ball to any Pick game for even more chances to win. It's simple.
Hey, what'll it be? Give me a pick 2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play Pick Games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Devon Torrance steps in to lead off for the Barnstormers here against right-hander Chase DeYoung. A Californian, 6 feet 4 inches tall. The motion and the first pitch to Torrance wide of the plate for a ball. It is 1-0. Devon checks in, batting .249. He has 2 home runs, 19 driven in. It's been a terrific homestand for him. 9 hits and 18 at-bats. He swings and misses on the next DeYoung offering. 1 ball, 1 strike. DeYoung 3-2 with a 4.37 ERA, 36 hits in 35 innings, 9 walks, 27 strikeouts. Torrance fouls one off the end of his bat, and DeYoung works ahead at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-0 in favor of Sugar Land. 2 singles around a stolen base and then a ground out with a runner in motion, getting Winton Bernard home with the first run of the night. DeYoung to Torrance, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Devon, slow roller that kicks foul up the first baseline. The count continues at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Devon 1 for 3 with a run batted in last night, extending his hitting streak to 5. We'll keep an eye on his streak, and Caleb Gindle's here tonight. Caleb has batted safely in 9 in a row. Right-hander into his wind, and Torrance swings and misses with a fastball. He goes down. Leadoff man retiring. That'll bring on Gindle. Caleb at .301 with 16 home runs and 77 knocked in. 43 extra base hits for Gindle. Not much of a night last night. He was 1 for 5, a hit fisted into center field in the 6th inning. That was his lone success of the ball game a night ago. DeYoung will go to work. The right-hander brings it home, and it is upstairs to Gindle. Ball 1, no strikes. Joe Terdoslavich waits on deck. Barnstormers on the 6th night of a homestand. They are 2-3 so far here this week. Ball 2 is up to Gindle, 2-0. Caleb, coming into this series, had walked in 13 out of his last 17 plate appearances. Boy, he was an absolute thorn to High Point, not just this week, but all year. Strike taken, 2-1. Unfortunately, he did not have enough company. He's got plenty of room toward right center field against DeYoung. 2-1 pitch popped up straight back over my head. The fans wisely turn around in case the ball decides to come back their way on a deflection, but it does not. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Gindle. DeYoung into the motion, and he'll bring it home. Gindle starts the bat, doesn't bring it through, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes as the pitch drops low. DeYoung working quickly with his battery mate Cody Stanley. Here's the payoff pitch, and Gindle gives it a ride. Way back it goes to right center field, and it hits the back ad wall. The wall's not containing it. Gindle with number 17, and he ties us up here in the bottom half of the 1st inning. Gindle with his 17th home run, his 78th run batted in of 2019. We are deadlocked at 1, and Joe Terdoslavich will step to the plate. DeYoung made 2 starts against the Barnstormers on our week-long trip to Texas. He won the first one, giving up 2 runs in 6 innings, and then Lancaster got to him for 12 hits and 8 runs in 5 2/3. The second time out, big swing and a miss by Joe Turdoslavich. It's 0-1 to the third baseman, hitting .302 with 18 homers and 62 runs batted in. The right-hander comes back, and Turdoslavich lines this toward the right field corner. It's hooking quite a bit, and a foul ball. The trajectory off the bat looked very good there, but you could see the ball beginning to fade off of a broken bat. And it was hooking, and would not cooperate and stay fair for Turdoslavich. So he'll come back with a new piece of lumber and face DeYoung at no balls and 2 strikes. Destin Hood, the designated hitter, waits on deck. 1-1 our score, bottom of the first inning. A prodigious home run by Caleb Gindel. Turdoslavich swings and misses, going down on strikes against DeYoung, who is fan 2. Hood will step in. Destin 273. He has 7 home runs. He has driven in 35. Quite a night for Destin last night. 3 hits, including 2 doubles. Scored twice, drove in 1. Could have been 4 for 4. Jason Martinson robbed him his first time up. DeYoung to the plate, and Hood lays off. Ball 1 is up. It is 1-0. The one-time Miami Marlin. Destin Hood awaiting the pitch. The 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. It is 1-1. Gindel finding a dramatic way to extend his most recent hitting streak to 10. His on-base streak to 21. Now Hood screams a ball down the left field line. That is headed for the corner, and that ball is a ground rule double. It hopped over the wall, as signaled very quickly by the third base umpire, Derek Moshe. Now just another 2-base hit for Destin Hood. He is on a tear with doubles. Michael Martinez will try to pick him up. Hood with his 5th double in his last 5 games. 13 on the season. And his 19th extra base hit in his last 29 games. Martinez pulled off balance, swings and misses. No balls and a strike. Ball jumping over the wall deep in the left field corner after Winton Bernard scrambled after it. He was playing Hood to pull. 0-1. Martinez again pulling the trigger early. A swing and a miss, and DeYoung has him at 0-2. It's been an odd first inning for the Barnstormers. They have hit a couple of balls extremely hard and absolutely nothing else. Gindel home run, a Hood double. 2 strikes to Martinez. He had 3 hits and 2 runs batted in last night. DeYoung back to the plate. Martinez unable to hold on the swing. It goes down on strikes. But Lancaster picks up 1 run, 2 hits with no errors. Hood is stranded at second base, and at the end of an inning here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, the Lancaster Barnstormers and the High Point Rockers are tied at 1.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel, your go-to motor coach bus company, supplying your motor coach needs from day trips to multi-day excursions. Trips to New York, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and all points in between. We can provide you with an itinerary or fulfill all your trips' transportation needs, providing casino trips monthly. go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call at 717-269-3124.
There's a new force in town. Know any young baseball fans? Make sure they're a part of the Storm Force Kids Club presented by Commonwealth Charter Academy. For only $25, kids receive 12 field box tickets. To go with the tickets, the Storm Force members will get a backpack, a t-shirt, an invitation to Silo's birthday party, and a chance to meet Barnstormer players over a bowl of ice cream, plus a lot more. What's better than that? Sign up at LancasterBarnstormers.com or stop by the stadium to get those kids involved.
Switch hitting first baseman tonight, Albert Cordero. He's moved out from behind the plate. Leading off the second for the Sugar Land Skeeters, 226 the average for the man they call Coco down at Constellation Field. 10 home runs, 46 runs batted in. Cordero a night ago with a pair of base hits, but didn't factor in any scoring. That's more or less the way last night went for the Skeeters. They had the 2-run home run from Phipps in the 6th inning and a bunch of scattered singles otherwise. Albaladejo is outside for a ball. He comes back to Cordero, and the ball is driven out to left and hit fairly well. Retreating on it is Devon Torrance and makes an athletic catch, not necessarily the straightest path to the ball, but a fine play in the end. One out. Cody Stanley, the catcher, will come to the plate. 258 for Stanley with 4 homers, 31 runs batted in. Each side with 2 base hits and a run in the first inning, but those innings outside of that couldn't have been built any more differently. Up and away to Stanley. Ball 1, no strikes. We did not see the left-handed batting catcher out there last night. The Barnstormers using left-handed starter John Anderson. Here's a 1-0. Hard hit ground ball. Darian Sanford there. Down to a knee in the hole. Comes up firing. And Stanley is retired for the second out. It brings on Blair Beck, the right fielder. Believe me, Jonathan Albaladejo is grateful for the glove work behind him in this inning. Albaladejo has gone since July 24th, since his last win. He defeated Somerset. He's pitched well, got quality starts, 3 out of the last 6 appearances. Outside and low to Beck for a ball. It is 1-0. That ball is hit hard down the left field line. Chasing it into the corner is Torrance, and he'll fire in toward third, conceding the double to Blair Beck. His 7th 2-base hit of the year. Javier Betancourt will come to the plate. Betancourt, 195 with 5 runs batted in. He had his first extra base hit of the season last night. That was a double off Brian Harper in the 9th inning. The only base runner Harper allowed as he wrapped up the ball game and the 8-2 victory. 2 outs with Beck at second base. Albaladejo, we mentioned talking to him the other night. He likes to, when the nights he pitches, he likes to hang out in the clubhouse for a while after the game and decompress. And doesn't necessarily want to be alone, win or lose. Chopper toward third. Turdoslavich comes in, fires across the diamond, and that will be it. Here in the second inning, Betancourt is retired. It's no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. And I sat there talking with Albie and Pedro Echemendia till 4 in the morning, Tuesday morning. We had a wonderful conversation. Great guy, Jonathan Albaladejo. And he takes this ball game into the bottom half of the second inning. We are tied at 1.
Hi, this is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum.
There it goes, a long drive. If it stays fair, home run.
Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
Just like a baseball team needs pitchers, sluggers, relievers, and coaches to win games, a fire company needs firefighters, drivers, fire police officers, and administrative help to be successful. Fire companies need to function as a well-oiled team too, through training, preparing, and working together like a team. When an emergency occurs, your local fire company responds to help save lives and property. Maybe it's time you stepped up to bat and offered to hit a home run for your community. Go to becomeafirefighter.org and sign up. You won't regret taking a swing for the fences. Join the fire service team.
Casey Hobson, Parker Morin, and Darian Sanford lead off the bottom of the second inning. Chase DeYoung into his motion, and the pitch to Casey, high and outside, ball 1-0. 205 with 14 home runs for Hobson, mired in a fairly deep slump that's gone on for the bulk of the second half. Next offering, screened foul and hooking into the second section of seats down the right field line, and that is indicative of what's going on. Most of the time Casey hits the ball hard. It's foul, either into the seats or over the seats. 1 ball, 1 strike from DeYoung. Fastball up and in, 2 balls and a strike. DeYoung struck out the side in the first inning, but interspersed among the strikeouts, a home run and a double. 1-1 our score here. And to Hobson, it's fouled off on the third base side. We go to 2-2. Well, one thing you can say about Casey, though, is he doesn't take his difficulties at the plate out into the field. He's been marvelous defensively. 2-2 offering, and that ball is hit high to right field. It is carrying some. Blair Beck underneath it, though, just in front of the track to make the catch. Hobson hit that a mile high, 1 down. Parker Morin, the catcher, will come to the plate. 247 for Parker with 3 home runs and 14 driven in. Well, Barnstormers have been very strong in back of the plate this year with De La Rosa and Morin. Parker Morin, of course, one of the last signings for Ross Peoples during the preseason period. There's a first pitch strike. It is 0-1. If you remember the conversation that Dan Gamache, good friends with Parker from the Kansas City area, as Morin hits a fly ball to fairly deep right center field. Back on this goes Noel. He will make the catch in the alley for out number 2, leaving this inning to Sanford. And the Barnstormers only had De La Rosa and needed a second catcher. Gamache caught wind of it and called Parker and got him in here. And Barnstormers certainly have not regretted that one bit. 2 outs. Here is Sanford. 225 hitter with 19 runs batted in. The motion by DeYoung, the pitch. That is taken for a ball, as indicated by Nate Caldwell, relaying the signals from the automated balls and strike system. 1-0. Sanford bangs a foul to the left. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last inning, all the outs came on strikeouts for DeYoung. This inning, a couple of deep flyouts. Never scary for DeYoung or the Skeeters, but both within 20 or 30 feet of the fences. Bouncing ball to second. Easy play for Betancourt. Sanford's retired. DeYoung with a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the second. We're done with 2 tonight here in Lancaster and tied 1-1.
Hope you're enjoying today's game. I'm Rick Rogers.
Don't strike out when in need of new appliances for your home. Come to Gockenauer's in East Petersburg and see what buying from a hometown dealer is all about. We offer the best brands at the best prices, plus deliver, install, and service everything we sell. Don't get burned by another chain store taking your money and then going out of business. Come to the place who has been helping Leicester County for 70 years. Your hometown dealer, making the best brands better. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F Sport crossovers, crafted for the new frontier. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Top of the order for the Skeeters here in the third inning. As Rico Noel gets things underway. Noel fly to center. Gindel coming on to make the catch toward left center field to start the ball game. 1-1 remaining our score. Play is in the top half of the third inning. Jonathan Albaladejo locates the inside corner at the knees. It is strike one. Jonathan still knows how to get it done. Into the dirt for a ball. 1-1 to Noel, but sitting talking to him the other night, going through all the grips and why some pitchers get hurt on certain pitches. It is inside to Noel, 2-1, and this is territory where you do not necessarily want to go. Behind Noel in the count, leading off an inning. Bernard and Martinson will follow here in the third. This was the group that produced the run in the first inning, though Noel didn't have anything to do with it. Swung on and fouled. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That second inning, top and bottom, one of the quickest innings, especially early in a game, that we have seen this entire homestand. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Noel. Here is the wind. Albaladejo to the plate, and it's skimmed to second. Darian Sanford fires on to retire his former teammate, 4-3. Albaladejo still has had every Sugarland batter put the ball in play so far. Quentin Bernard will step in. Bernard singled up the middle and scored the run back in the first inning. Lancaster answered on a Caleb Gindel homer. Second time on this homestand that Gindel has homered in the first inning. In fact, twice in the last 3 days. What a season Caleb has had. Now to Bernard, a strike at the knees. It is 0-1. Albaladejo comes home. The ball is lined to center field. On for it comes Gindel in and toward his left. He makes the catch. Maybe the hardest hit ball tonight, save for the double by Beck, perhaps. 2 up and 2 down. Jason Martinson, the shortstop, will come to the plate. Hardest hit ball by the Skeeters. Nothing has been hit quite like the home run by Gindel. Off the back ad wall, the just press play sign out in right center. And it was hit tremendously high also. 2 outs, nobody on board. And to Martinson. Albaladejo finds the plate with a breaking pitch. It is 0-1. 300 down the right field line, 400 to center, 320 down the left side. The 0-1 pitch. Martinson hits this fairly well to left. Gliding over toward the corner is Torrance. He is there. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Albaladejo, this time on just 9 pitches. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. It's still Lancaster 1, Sugarland 1.
Like craft beers? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right. Celebrate baseball or just a night with your friends at the Broken Bat Deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat features more than 20 local craft breweries and product from a local winery. Food is sold off a pub-style menu. And new for 2019, there will be a trivia contest every Saturday evening beginning at 5, hosted by Cheaters Never Prosper. So get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel. If you want to be there, we'll get you there. New York, Washington, D.C. We service all casinos, day trips, or multi-day excursions. Lebanon's #1 tour bus company, providing monthly casino trips. Sands of Bethlehem, Resort of Atlantic City, Mohegan Sun of Pocono Downs. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call, 717-269-3124.
Greg Golson to start the Lancaster third inning. Golson came in late in the game a couple of nights ago as he saw his first action. That was on Wednesday, his first action since the 8th of the month, and this is only his second start since July 25th. First pitch from DeYoung is high. Ball one, no strikes. Greg at 279 with 1 home run and 11 driven in. He was red hot when the leg injury took over. The pitch to him, swung on and missed. That count levels at a ball and a strike. Torrance and Gindel to follow. In the Lancaster half of the third inning, 1-1 our score. 3 hits for the Skeeters. The Barnstormers own 2. DeYoung into the motion. And to Golson, a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It may take Golson a little while to get going again, and once he does, he can make huge contributions to the offense. The pitch taken up the middle. Good piece of 2-strike hitting and a leadoff single for Golson here in the third inning. Golson reached out across the plate and got enough of it, taking it straight back over the pink bristles up the middle for the leadoff single. Barnstormers base hit number 3. Now we'll see what Ross Peoples, who is over coaching third base, has Devon Torrance do. Torrance a strikeout victim. His first time up. The sun in and out from the cloud bank. Throw to first. Golson is back in. Greg hasn't been able to utilize his speed all that much. He has stolen only 2 bases this season. Third baseman Juan Silverio comes in to play the bunt. Cordero holds Golson at first. Torrance looks at a ball just low. It is 1-0. Caleb Gindel, who sent one screaming out of here back in the first inning, in the on-deck circle. Throw to first again. Golson is back in standing. Troy Steffi working with him over there. DeYoung working out of the slide step. The pitch to Torrance popped up, foul territory. May be playable. Silverio over toward his own dugout. He's got enough room to make the catch. Torrance is retired for the first out. Gindel will come to the plate. Golson still at first. Take another look at the Atlantic League RBI race, since Gindel is right smack dab in the middle of it. 1 behind Telvin Nash's 79. We haven't checked to see if Telvin has done anything yet tonight. Jason Rogers also had 77. Coming into action this evening, a ball is inside to Gindel, 1-0. Caleb just outside the top 10 in the league in batting average to begin the night. Slow bouncer foul up the first base line. It's 1 ball and 1 strike on Gindel. 7th in on-base percentage. 6th in slugging percentage, 5th in OPS, and all those numbers getting a boost with the home run his first time up. Throw to first. Gindel has to wait through that. Golson forced to his knees. A ball and a strike. To the set is DeYoung. To Gindel. Broken bat, little pop-up to shallow center. Martinson will go back to retrieve it. Gindel's retired. It's the second out. And this inning is left up to Joe Terdoslavich, a strikeout victim his first trip. It's not been a very good homestand for Joe. He's had hits here and there, but really hasn't been able to explode. And in fact, he doesn't have an RBI the entire homestand. He sat one game. He's 2 for 16. The set by DeYoung. He'll go to first base and chase Golson back there again. Greg in standing. Under the watchful eye of first base umpire Tim Detweiler. Each side with 3 hits, each side with 1 run. And the same number of batters have stepped in. Terdoslavich gets jammed, but his foul ball will come back and out of play. No balls and a strike. The right-hander has been able to run the ball in on the hands of both Torrance and Gindel, getting the weak pop-ups following the leadoff single by Golson. Terdoslavich bats 0-1. The next offering is pulled to right field, and that is down for a base hit. Advancing to second is Golson. Terdoslavich is on, and Destin Hood will step back in. Hood has base hits his last 4 trips, 3 of them doubles, including one tonight. He's got Golson at second, Terdoslavich at first with 2 outs. An RBI opportunity for the Barnstormers designated hitter, trying to put his team into the lead. Man from Mobile, Alabama. 2 outs, 2 on. DeYoung ready to go. And Destin with a foul tip right at the plate. No balls and a strike. Base hit to the outfield should be good enough to score Golson. Pitch, breaking ball, and Hood yanks this to left, but he didn't get all of it. And Bernard is there. He doesn't have to move too much to make the catch. No runs, 2 hits with no errors. The Barnstormers maroon 2. We're through 3 innings of baseball tonight. Lancaster and Sugar Land are tied at 1.
Remove the wrong piece and the whole structure might fall apart. No, I'm not talking about the Barnstormers lineup. I'm talking about the life-size Jenga game that is part of the Subaru Outdoor Experience down the right field line at Clipper Magazine Stadium. There's ping pong, huge dice to roll, and more. Trivia contests take place before every Saturday home game. Group bookings are available, so enjoy the games while at the game and come to the Subaru Outdoor Experience just below the Broken Bat deck.
Picking one thing over the other can be hard.
Toast or avocado toast?
Ooh, 4 or 5-inch heels.
But with Pick Games from the Pennsylvania Lottery, drawn twice daily, picking's as easy as 2, 3, 4, or 5. Plus, add Wild Ball to any Pick game for even more chances to win. It's simple.
Hey, what'll it be? Give me a pick 2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play Pick Games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Illinois native Zach Borenstein steps in to get things underway in the top of the fourth. A run, 4 hits, no errors, 3 left for the Barnstormers. A run, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 have been stranded by the Sugar Land Skeeters. Both runs scoring in the first inning tonight. We've been tied for quite a bit as the pitchers have taken over. Outside to Borenstein on an Albie fastball. It's 1-0. Borenstein drove in the run with a ground out back in inning number 1. His 53rd run batted in for the Skeeters this year. Albaladejo delivers, and that ball is punched into center for a base hit. Borenstein on to start the 4th inning. Hit number 4 off of Jonathan Albaladejo. Juan Silverio will come to the plate. Silverio grounded out 5-3 back in the first inning. 13 batters have stepped in for the Sugar Land Skeeters tonight, and all 13 have put the ball in play. They have 3 singles and a double. Albaladejo, the league single-season strikeout record holder. That record may fall this year. Fanned 164 for Bridgeport 3 years ago. A strike on Silverio, and Nate Caldwell shook his head and signaled strike. And looks like Juan Silverio pointing back toward the electronics. By body language, it was interesting. Don't know what the actual discussion was. Breaking ball, and that's a second strike. Albaladejo ahead of Silverio, 0-2, working at knee level. Infield set, double play depth for the Barnstormers. Looking to erase the leadoff base hit for Borenstein, who has 2 steals on the year. No balls, 2 strikes on Silverio. Albaladejo comes set, glances over his shoulder and now to the plate, line to right. And a 2-strike base hit for Silverio. On to second goes Borenstein, and nice job by Silverio there. Now runners are at first and second for Albert Cordero, who lined the other way back in the second inning.
Once again, Sylvan Learning Center guests, please report to the third base gate at 7:30. Thank you. Now batting the
Double play still in order. Borenstein and Silverio the runners. Lights are turned on. The sun hasn't completely set yet, but it is blocked by a bank of clouds and may very well be for the remainder of its time on our segment of the planet. Borenstein off second. Silverio leading from first base. Albaladejo peering in to get the sign from Parker Morin. Corners play in for the bunt, but I don't know that's what Sugar Land will have in mind. They do not. Swinging a foul away off the wrists of Albert Cordero, the Venezuela native who's now living in Sugar Land. No balls and a strike. He and Anthony Giansanti, who has set out this series so far, really become fixtures with the Sugar Land franchise. They have remained from the Gary Gaetti years into the Pete Incaviglia era. A ball is inside, 1-1 on Cordero. Sugar Land has won 2 of the last 3 Atlantic League titles, 1 under each manager. And of course, they're already in the playoffs this year, clinching the first half on the tiebreaker. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cordero. Albaladejo delivers, and it is low, ball 2. And the Skeeters will have the Tuesday and Wednesday games at home on the 24th and 25th of September against a yet-to-be-named opponent. York is in the lead in that race. Revs up by 2 over the Skeeters in the second half. Southern Maryland 3 out. The Barnstormers 6.5 in arrears. 2 balls, 1 strike to Albert Cordero. Albaladejo to the plate. Ground ball to first. Hobson will take it. The short 1, and Martinez back to first for a double play. 3-6-3, 2 outs in a hurry. Borenstein at third with 2 gone, and Cody Stanley will step in. I know Kristen Simon is here tonight, but she's tending to several other things running the stadium. So with that double play, I've got to fulfill my duties and send her my little shrimp emoji so she knows the Barnstormers turn to double play. There we go. Borenstein at third with 2 outs. Stanley grounded out his first time up. 1-1, top half of the 4th inning. This is more the Jonathan Albaladejo that we have seen his 2 years as a Barnstormer. That start Monday was out of character with the walks and not hits. Tonight it's hits and not walks. Inside, a ball to Stanley, 1-0. Blair Beck, the right fielder, a right-handed batter, is due next. Borenstein up the line from third, now with 2 outs in the inning. Albaladejo to the plate, and it's chopped to Sanford. Easy chest-high bounce for Darian. He will retire Stanley, and Albaladejo has worked his way out of the jam in the 4th. No runs, 2 hits with no errors and a man left. We have gotten through 3.5 tonight, and as Albaladejo gets out of that tight spot, we remain tied at 1.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F-Sport crossovers are crafted for those who were made for the city. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Michael Martinez leads off the home half of the 4th inning. He was a strikeout victim back in the first. DeYoung has not fanned anybody since that opening inning. We are tied at 1. 5 hits for the Skeeters to 4 for the Barnstormers. And now inside to the Lancaster shortstop. Ball 1, no strikes. Back comes DeYoung, a check swing. The pitch had the plate. It's 1-1. Excellent turnout tonight. We got some folks on the hill. A little bit of room down the right field side. Martinez starting the bat again, but taking a pitch low for ball 2. Hobson and Morin set to follow here in the 4th inning. Next delivery, Martinez swinging and missing through a fastball. He cannot figure DeYoung out. Michael coming off a terrific night last night. 3 singles and a pop-up to second base. Here comes the 2-2. Off speed and high. We go to full on Michael Martinez. Pitch counts are down on both sides here tonight. 3-2, pulled to first. Handled on one long skip by Cordero. He'll take it to the bag. 3 unassisted on Martinez. And with 1 out, here is Hobson. He cranked a foul ball into the seats down the right field line, then hit a very high fly ball, high arcing fly ball that was caught by Beck in front of the warning track out in right. Both pitchers working to contact. Here's the pitch to Hobson. Fastball runs in on him. Ball 1 and no strikes. I'd love to see him break out of the shackles here the last 4 weeks of the season. 1-0 pitch. Popped up on the right side. This one into foul territory. Cordero has it. First baseman in foul ground with the catch. 2 up and 2 down with Morin stepping in. Fly ball to center field for Morin earlier. Chasing Rico Noel back into the alley to catch it. Morin is 2 for 13 on this homestand, but he has had a number of pretty loud outs. Not getting the ball to fall in with any kind of consistency. 2 outs, nobody aboard here in the home fourth. DeYoung to the plate. And Morin will look at a strike at knee level. It is 0-1. What a spectacular night. It's going to get chilly. It's going to go down into the 50s again like it did last night. And it's still August. Warmer weather will creep back in, but we've definitely had this harbinger of the fall weather to come for a couple of nights here. Fastball high. Morin at 1 ball and 1 strike. Everybody with the fantasy football drafts coming up. You hear those conversations going on around the clubhouse. It's been a big night here for years after a game. Swing and a miss by Morin 1 and 2. And you know, the guy right at the heart of all of that is Ross Peoples, who is as much a football fan as he is a baseball fan, and maybe even more so. Morin batting 1-2. The offering from DeYoung is outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom 4 in a 1-1 tie. Chase DeYoung brings it home. Morin swings and he foul tips that. 4th strikeout for DeYoung, first since the opening inning. The Barnstormers go down 1-2-3 for the second time tonight at the end of 4 here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. We're tied at 1.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a place with thousands of stories to be told. It's a place to relive baseball's greatest moments and share them with future generations. It's a place to experience the game and how it has shaped our history. Cooperstown is a destination with something for the entire family. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your trip to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown at baseballhall.org.
Enjoy baseball and stay in shape. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great package for our more experienced fans to do both. The Silver Stormers package is open to all fans 55 and above. Get a ticket to all Tuesday home games. Take a walk around our beautiful stadium during the day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And get a Silver Stormers t-shirt to sport to all of these events. The Silver Stormers is presented by A&E Audiology and Hearing Aid Center. Sign up today at the stadium or at LancasterBarnstormers.com.
We head into the 5th inning. A pitcher's duel is not exactly uncharted waters for Jonathan Albladeo. He's been in a few this year. 1-1 the score. Blair Beck leading off. Beck reached him for a double back in the 2nd inning. The only extra base hit that Albie has allowed. Barnstormers have not supported Albladeo well. 3.7 runs a game. And Lancaster is only 2-11 in games started by the pitching coach. He has 3 quality starts himself. 1-0 here on Beck, who will take a strike on an off-speed pitch. It's 1-1. Albladejo with the 3 quality starts and 2 or 3 others that have gotten away in innings 6 or 7 when he's been cruising. Ball 2 inside and low on Beck, 2 balls and a strike. His wins have been 10-3 over Southern Maryland, 5-3 over Somerset. Here's the 2-1 on Beck. That hangs up inside. And Albladejo risking giving up his first walk tonight. 3 balls, 1 strike to the right fielder Beck. He was 0 for 2 last night, then left mid-game for Zach Borenstein. That ball is hit well again down the left field line, and the walls will not contain it. A home run on the line down the left field side. Blair Beck with his 3rd here in the Atlantic League, and the number 8 hitter, the younger player, has Jonathan Albladejo's number tonight, and he puts the Sugar Land Skeeters ahead by a score of 2-1. 26-year-old Blair Beck from Midland, Texas, who is most recently in the Frontier League. He lights up Albladejo. This one got over the wall the first time it stayed in. And he has a double and a home run now. Javier Betancourt will come to the plate. Betancourt grounded out 5-3 back in the 2nd inning. Albladejo delivers. That's a strike at the knees. It is 0-1. Sugar Land with the 2-1 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Will the Barnstormers be able to respond against Chase DeYoung? Albie fires, gets it in for a 2nd strike, and hurriedly it's 0-2 on Betancourt. Jonathan not willing to give up the walk to lead off the inning, and well, Beck took care of the pitch. 0-2 is on the way, spoiled by Betancourt. Albladejo still has neither walked nor struck out a batter in the ball game. He has faced 17. 6 hits and 2 runs allowed. The 0-2 to Betancourt, and that is beaten foul up the 3rd base side. It stays, no balls and 2 strikes. 5 o'clock tomorrow. Mike Hauschild on the hill for the Sugar Land Skeeters. He's been terrific since they picked him up. He is 3-0, and Connor Overton, who's been terrific since the Barnstormers got him, he is just 1-1. A partial swing by Betancourt. He went too far, says Tim Detweiler on the appeal, and that is the first strikeout for Albladejo here tonight. One out, and Rico Noel will come to the plate, 0 for 2. Noel is flied out and grounded out. Albladejo bouncing back from the home run that led off the inning. Barnstormers will have Sanford, Golson, and Torrance in the bottom of the 5th, looking to draw even against Chase DeYoung. They've done it once already tonight. High inside breaking ball that chases Noel out of there. It is 1-0. And if anybody starts to even construe a notion that there was something on there that would bring back the altercation from 3 weeks ago tonight, that was a 70-mile-an-hour breaking pitch. Tapper foul by Noel. It is 1-1, so don't even think down that road. 1-1. Both sides, after the mess of August the 3rd, and one of the nastiest on-field incidents I've ever seen, have behaved themselves like gentlemen and professionals in this series. So cooler heads prevail to Noel. 1-1. He drops down a bunt. Albladejo is on it coming off the mound, and he'll cut him down. 2nd out of the inning, the play goes 1-3. And with 2 down, Winton Bernard, the left fielder, comes in. Bernard with a single and a run scored earlier in the game. And he tattooed the ball a second time, but within the range of Caleb Gindel out in center. And now Pete Incaviglia is going to come out, and he is going to argue that steer Noel out of there initially, as Noel seems pretty hot, as he's saying he fouled the ball off or somehow Morin got in his way. And Incaviglia is going to explain his point to plate umpire Nate Caldwell. But for now, it's 2 outs, nobody on. Two outs, bases are empty, and Incaviglia does not get his way. Heading back to the dugout. And Bernard will step in. 1-run lead for the Sugar Land Skeeters. The sun has reappeared below the level of the fence signs and creating some terrific hues right along the tree line. Beautiful sunset again here tonight. It's one of the reasons to come out to the ballpark, no matter how the baseball game's going. Breaking ball. That stays inside to Bernard. Ball one. 2-1 Sugar Land, top five. Leadoff home run by Blair Beck this inning, breaking the 1-1 tie that had stood since the first inning. Here's the motion by Albladejo. Fastball is up and away. He is dropped behind Bernard 2-0. Albladejo walked 5 in his last start, his season high by 2. This a breaking ball that slices through the zone to make it 2-1 on Winton Bernard. At some point, I'm going to have to ask him how on earth he found Niagara University, of all places. 2 balls, 1 strike. The one-time Iowa Cub. Slow ground ball toward first. This is a tough play. Hobson has it. He will dive for Bernard and tag him as Bernard tried to make the move toward the outside of the bag. 3 unassisted, and well done by Casey Hobson. The leadoff home run by Beck breaks the tie. A run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We'll go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's 2-1 Sugar Land.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933, but did you know that they offer degrees in much more than just Bible? LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees in areas like Christian care, chaplaincy, education, and leadership studies. To learn more about LBC and the programs they offer, visit lbc.edu. That's lbc.edu.
Picking one thing over the other can be hard.
Toast or avocado toast?
Ooh, 4 or 5-inch heels.
But with Pick Games from the Pennsylvania Lottery, drawn twice daily, picking's as easy as 2, 3, 4, or 5. Plus, add Wild Ball to any pick game for even more chances to win. It's simple.
Hey, what'll it be? Give me a pick 2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play Pick Games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Darian Sanford leads off the 5th for the Barnstormers against Chase DeYoung. The right-hander brings it home. Sanford fouls one back to the net. No balls and a strike. Darian grounded out, 4-3, back in the 2nd inning. Greg Golson and Devon Torrance set to follow. Lancaster finds itself down by 1. Here's the windup. DeYoung to the plate, knocked to center, and a base hit for Sanford. And now Chase DeYoung and Cody Stanley will need to deal with the not only Barnstormers, but Atlantic League's leading base stealer. 55 on the year for Darian Sanford. Greg Golson will come to the plate. Tying run on for the Barnstormers here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and probably no better guy to have at first base to start an inning than Sanford. Throw to first base, Darian diving back in. Finding out where the edge of the envelope is with Chase DeYoung, a veteran, on the mound. He's from Long Beach, California, is DeYoung. Throw to first again, and he's back in. DeYoung is not exactly long in the tooth. He's only 25. I mentioned he's been to the big leagues the last 3 seasons, and an 8th-year professional who signed out of high school in Long Beach. Before Minnesota, he belonged to the Seattle Mariners. Golson has yet to see a pitch. Sanford out to a decent-sized lead, out to the cut in the grass. DeYoung to the set. He's going to go to first base again, and they got him. Darian Sanford is picked off by Chase DeYoung. And the Barnstormers lose that leadoff runner here in the 5th inning. And they'll have to find another way to get a rally started. Sanford picked off. Lancaster loses the advantage of having him aboard. Golson up. He singled his first trip. Now DeYoung to the plate. A swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Torrance to follow. DeYoung with an outstanding right-hander's move to first base. Sanford saw a couple of pretty good ones and then an even better one, and it nabbed him. Inside for a ball. Golson in there at a ball and a strike. Defense straight away against Greg. The next pitch from DeYoung, a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Lancaster trying to make up that run that they just gave up on the leadoff back homer in the top of the inning. Fastball high and tight sends Golson reeling, and it's now 2-2. Lancaster will head to Somerset while Sugar Land takes on York on the second leg of this northern swing for the Skeeters. Here's a 2-2 on Golson. He swings and misses. Down on strikes. That's 5 for DeYoung, and Devon Torrance will come to the plate. Again, if the Barnstormers are to get in the thick of a race, they have to string a lot of wins together. And this homestand has certainly pointed out the issues with this club. Up and down offense. 6-1, then 8, then 3, then 8 in terms of runs scored. First pitch strike to Torrance. It's 0-1 tonight. Just 1 run on the board. 1 strike pitch to Torrance. He swings and misses. DeYoung is racking up strikeouts here this evening. 2 outs, nobody on in the 5th inning. Lancaster hasn't had all that many chances. And the 0-2, Torrance squares around a bunt and takes a ball low, 1-2. DeYoung has thrown more pitches than Albaladejo, but neither one has exactly run up a high total here in these first 5 innings. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Upstairs to Devon. 2-2 to Torrance. He has struck out and fouled out so far tonight. Gindle's hitting streak has been extended. Torrance's has not been. And that is strike 3 called at the knees. And again, we get Nate Caldwell shaking his head, which usually indicates no, the pitch isn't there. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. So you're getting almost a mixed signal from the home plate umpire that the Barnstormers are vanquished in the bottom of the 5th inning after the leadoff single by Sanford gets erased. And as we end the 5th inning, it's still Sugarland 2, Lancaster 1.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel, your go-to motor coach bus company. Supplying your motor coach needs from day trips to multi-day excursions. Trips to New York, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and all points in between. We can provide you with an itinerary or fulfill all your trips' transportation needs, providing casino trips monthly. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call at 717-269-3124.
There's a new force in town. Know any young baseball fans? Make sure they're a part of the Storm Force Kids Club presented by Commonwealth Charter Academy. For only $25, kids receive 12 field box tickets. To go with the tickets, the Storm Force members will get a backpack, a t-shirt, an invitation to Silo's birthday party, and a chance to meet Barnstormer players over a bowl of ice cream, plus a lot more. What's better than that? Sign up at LancasterBarnstormers.com or stop by the stadium to get those kids involved.
Jason Martinson leads off the 6th for the Sugarland Skeeters. They lead it 2-1. Martinson with a base hit tonight and also a fly out the left, 1 out of 2. Jonathan Albladeo has walked none. He has struck out 1. Right-hander brings home a breaking ball. That is chased by Martinson. No balls and a strike. Both teams have swung pretty aggressively tonight because both pitchers are throwing strikes. There have been very few 3-ball counts in their strike 2. But one of those, it was 3-1 on Beck when he cracked the home run down the left field line, leading off last inning. 2 strikes on Martinson. Borenstein and Silverio will follow the wind. Albladeo with a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. Martinson fans, Albladeo has his second. And with 1 out, Borenstein will come to the plate. The DH 1 for 2 with an RBI.
Designated hitters, Borenstein.
As was the case early last night, the club's not being productive with runners in scoring position. 1 for 6 for Sugarland. The Barnstormers are 0 for 2. Fouled away. Borenstein goes down in the count. No balls and a strike. Can't wait to hear the attendance figure tonight. It's upper 5s to around 6, I would imagine. Sign given by Parker Morin. The 0-1 bends low, slips between the legs of Parker, but Borenstein is not interested in going anywhere. And that was called a strike. At least according, yeah, it was. 0-2. That automated balls and strike system certainly gives those knee-level pitches out at the front of the plate that have, in general, been ruled low. Swung on and missed. Borenstein is gone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Albladeo. 2 outs, and Juan Silverio will come to the plate, 1 out of 2. And I think the pitchers have adjusted to that better than the hitters have. Pitchers have really learned to work down there. 2 outs, nobody on. Albladeo with a fastball missing the outside corner. Silverio bats at 1-0. Jonathan again having a very solid night. Ball 1, no strikes. Lancaster not giving him much in the way of run support. Ball 2 is outside, 2-0. Cordero waits on deck. Albladejo into his motion. 2-0 line to base it into left. Albladejo allows his 7th knock after falling behind in the count. 2-0 on Silverio. Juan Silverio responds and gets his 2nd single. Cordero is lined to left and slapped into a 3-6-3 double play. Sugar Land 2, Lancaster 1, top 6. Gindel, Terdoslavich, and Hood will be facing Chase DeYoung in the bottom half of the inning. DeYoung gave up a couple of rockets in the first inning. Outside of that, he has been superb. Cordero awaits with 2 outs and the runner on. There's a chopper toward the middle. Sanford will get behind it and feed Michael Martinez. 4-6 to end the inning, and it's another just 10-pitch inning for Jonathan Albladejo. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. Albladejo in position for a quality start tonight. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th with Sugar Land leading 2-1.
This is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum.
There it goes, a long drive. If it stays fair, home run.
Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
Just like a baseball team needs pitchers, sluggers, relievers, and coaches to win games, a fire company needs firefighters, drivers, fire police officers, and administrative help to be successful. Fire companies need to function as a well-oiled team too, through training, preparing, and working together like a team. When an emergency occurs, your local fire company responds to help save lives and property. Maybe it's time you stepped up to bat and offered to hit a home run for your community. Go to becomeafirefighter.org and sign up. You won't regret taking a swing for the fences. Join the fire service team.
The 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Gindel, Terdoslavich, and Hood, stepping in for the Barnstormers as we hit the lower half of the 6th inning. Sugar Land continues to lead by a score of 2-1. Caleb Gindel homered his first time up tonight, and that was an impressive home run off the back ad wall out in right center field. Second time up, he broke his bat and popped to the shortstop Martinson. 1 out of 2 for Gindel against Chase DeYoung. Caleb keeping his average over the 300 mark. Started at 301. He's currently at 302. The offering from DeYoung, breaking ball across for a strike. It is 0-1. These two pitchers have been going at it and just dealing strikes, getting ahead in the count, pounding the zone as they like to call it. Chopper toward the middle. A long way goes the second baseman, and Betancourt throws out Gindel on a very close play at first. Javier Betancourt racing to his right, gloving the ball and retiring Gindel. A close play, 1 out. Joe Terdoslavich will step in. He is struck out and singled into right. Gindel thought he had it beaten out, but it was very close. Betancourt really got after that one. It looked like it was cleanly going to get up the middle for a leadoff single. The wind and the DeYoung pitch to Terdoslavich. Swing and a drive. Way back it goes. And we are tied. The Walls, no chance to contain that one as Terdoslavich hits number 19 on the season. In the same general vicinity as Gindl's home run back in the first inning. This one a little bit closer to center field. Terdoslavich has tied us up here in the bottom of the sixth inning with Destin Hood coming to the plate. Hood has a double and a fly out the left. Seven hits for the Skeeters, 6 for the Barnstormers. We have seen 3 solo home runs in the game. Hood has yanked the ball toward left field both times against DeYoung. Fouled away here against a breaking pitch. It is 0-1. Terdoslavich with his first RBI on this homestand. Last home run he hit was a week ago tonight in York. Now Hood cranks a ball to left center field. Racing back is Noel, lunging for that. And Noel makes a superb catch for out number 2. Boy, put a star by that one in the scorebook. He was playing deep against Hood, but Destin Hood looking for yet another double to the deep left center field part of this ballpark is denied on quite the running catch by Rico Noel. That will bring on Michael Martinez, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2 against DeYoung here tonight. Destin Hood put a charge into another baseball, and Noel robs him. Low to Martinez for a ball. It is 1-0. 2-2 our score, bottom half of the sixth inning. Lancaster twice has tied it up on solo home runs. Can't figure out any other way to piece together an uprising against the Sugarland Skeeters, but the same is true the other way. 1-0. Martinez gets jammed, pops this up to short left. Martinson, the shortstop, is back to make the catch. But what a play by Rico Noel to keep Destin Hood from scoring position. Joe Terdoslavich ties it with the home run. 1 hit, 1 run, no errors, nobody left on base. We're done with 6 and tied at 2.
Don't strike out when in need of new appliances for your home. Come to Gockenauer's in East Petersburg and see what buying from a hometown dealer is all about. We offer the best brands at the best prices, plus deliver, install, and service everything we sell. Don't get burned by another chain store taking your money and then going out of business. Come to the place who has been helping Leicester County for 70 years. Your hometown dealer making the best brands better. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F-Sport crossovers, crafted for the new frontier. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Two runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 4 left by the Sugarland Skeeters. The Barnstormers with 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and they have left 3 men on base. Cody Stanley leads off the 7th against Jonathan Albaladejo. The Barnstormers will get the bullpen ready just in case. Albaladejo faded in the 7th inning on Monday night, but he had thrown far more pitches than he has in this one. First delivery to Stanley is there for a strike called. It's 0-1. The Barnstormers were up 6-1 and trying to get Albaladejo through the 7th inning back on Monday, and he ended up allowing a 3-run home run to Matthew Jones to left field. Came out with the score 6-4. Ground ball pulled to the second baseman. Easy chance for Darian Sanford, short throw. And for the 3rd consecutive time, Cody Stanley is retired by the Lancaster second baseman. 1 out. And here is Blair Beck. And Albaladejo and Morin need to come up with another plan to combat this man. Back with a double to left and a home run to left. Albaladejo has only given up 5 singles otherwise. Lancaster with home runs by Gindel and Ternaslovich. Both booming shots to right center. First offering to Beck is a called strike. It is 0-1. Top of the 7th inning tonight at Clipper Magazine Stadium. A wonderfully crafted game on the hill by both Albaladejo and DeYoung. Two guys with major league experience, but a decade apart in age. Beck bats at a ball and a strike. Javier Betancourt due to bat next. Albaladejo agrees with Morin. Comes back with the 1-1, and there's another blast to left field. Racing back is Torrance. Devon on the track, falls down but holds on. And that is out number 2. Javier Betancourt, the second baseman, will come to the plate, but Beck has put a charge into 3 balls now to left field. This time, though, he didn't get it down the line. It was hit more straight away, and it goes out deep in a hurry to left field here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. 320 down the line, but it's 370 before you know it. Here is Betancourt, who has grounded out and struck out. Beck is set on everything so far tonight. My goodness, as he hit a lot of fly ball to left field. Two outs, Betancourt digs in. Albaladejo goes to work, and the second baseman takes a breaking ball to the inside corner, a strike taken. It is 0-1. The Barnstormers will have Hobson, Morin, and Sanford up in the lower half of the 7th inning. You'd like to see Albaladejo pick up a win tonight. They've been so hard to come by for him. 0-1, popped up by Betancourt down the left field line. This is going to be a tough play for everybody, and no one can get there. It actually catches the hill behind the Sugarland bullpen bench. And just a second strike on Javier Betancourt. He made a nice play on Caleb Gindel in the bottom of the 6th immediately prior to the Terdoslavich home run. Two ball game, 7th inning of baseball here tonight. No idea which way this one's going to tilt. 0-2, a chip shot. Fading back is Sanford to make the catch. Albaladejo gets through the top of the 7th on 8 pitches. He's only in the 70s for the ball game. Time for the stretch at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Barnstormers and the Sugarland Skeeters embroiled in a 2-2 tie.
Like craft beers? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right. Celebrate baseball or just a night with your friends at the Broken Bat Deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat features more than 20 local craft breweries and product from a local winery. Food is sold off a pub-style menu. And new for 2019, there will be a trivia contest every Saturday evening beginning at 5, hosted by Cheaters Never Prosper. So get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel. If you want to be there, we'll get you there. New York, Washington, D.C. We service all casinos, day trips, or multi-day excursions. Lebanon's #1 tour bus company, providing monthly casino trips. Sands of Bethlehem, Resort of Atlantic City, Mohegan Sun of Pocono Downs. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call, 717-269-3124.
Casey Hobson to start things off against Chase DeYoung tonight. Hobson has fly to just in front of the warning track and right, and he has fouled out the first. Parker Morin on deck, and then Darian Sanford. Lancaster trying to take its first lead of the ball game. To Hobson, low, and gets past Stanley. Ball 1-0. This is some pitcher's duel here tonight. It is 2-2, not 0-0, but both pitchers throwing a lot of strikes, working quickly. Hobson holds off on a fastball. It's up. 2-0. Albaladejo has thrown 77 pitches through 7 innings, and DeYoung just threw his 77th pitch. Here comes the 2-0. Hobson lays off. A strike is taken. 2-1. DeYoung rears back, brings it home. Hobson looks at ball 3, and this is rare territory for Chase DeYoung tonight. Can't remember too many other 3-ball counts for him. We'll see if Hobson can jump on something or at least get on base. Here's the wind, 3-1 pitch. Foul ball ringing back off of Stanley. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom 7, the Barnstormers with 2 solo home runs. Sugarland a solo home run and an RBI ground out. 3-2 on the way to Hobson. DeYoung ready to go. It's popped up foul behind the plate and coming back toward the seats. The fans watching. The ball bouncing around in amongst the waiting hands. Straight behind the plate. Hobson will stay alive. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 6 strikeouts for DeYoung so far, 3 for Albaladejo. Payoff pitch on the way to Casey Hobson. The wind, the offering, and he draws the first walk of the night. Hobson is on to start the 7th. DeYoung giving up just his 10th walk in 41 innings. Parker Morin will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Strategy here will be interesting. Josh Bell currently coaching third with Troy Steffi over at first base. Doesn't look like there's any immediate plan to pull either starting pitcher. Morin coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has fly to deep right center, and he is struck out. Third baseman Silverio has to play the bunt. Instead of swinging a foul tip by Morin. He's down a strike. It is 0-1. Darian Sanford waiting on deck. Andrew Applin a late scratch tonight. Didn't really even have time to get from Ross what the reason was. But he could possibly pinch run depending. Morin squares around the bunt. He lays it down, and it's right in front of Stanley. They get the out at second base, but not quite at first. Morin safe on the fielder's choice. 2-6. The out on Hobson. Darian Sanford now to the plate with one out and a runner at first base. Sanford with a base hit into center field back in the 5th inning. This game is about as even as you can get. 2-2, bottom of the 7th. 7 hits versus 6 hits and a walk. Now, for the first time, the Sugar Land bullpen is active. A left-hander has begun to throw. Ball 1 is high, 1-0. They have 4 out there, but it's doubtful that it's Matt Perk because he threw 3 innings last night. They have the player coach, Dan Runsler, Daniel Schlereth, and Daniel Gibson, and my guess is that it's Schlereth. To Sanford, there's a roller out in front of the plate, and that is deemed a fair ball, and it'll be a double play on Darian, who thought it was a foul ball and didn't break out of the box. 2-6-3 there, and Sanford insisting he hit a foul ball. Instead, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We're done with 7, and we are tied at 2.
Remove the wrong piece and the whole structure might fall apart. No, I'm not talking about the Barnstormers lineup. I'm talking about the life-size Jenga game that is part of the Subaru Outdoor Experience down the right field line at Clipper Magazine Stadium. There's ping pong, huge dice to roll, and more. Trivia contests take place before every Saturday home game. Group bookings are available, so enjoy the games while at the game and come to the Subaru Outdoor Experience just below the Broken Bat deck.
Picking one thing over the other can be hard.
Toast or avocado toast?
Ooh, 4 or 5-inch heels.
But with pick games from the Pennsylvania Lottery, drawn twice daily, picking's as easy as 2, 3, 4, or 5. Plus, add Wild Ball to any pick game for even more chances to win. It's simple.
Hey, what'll it be? Give me a pick 2, please. Oh, and add Wild Ball. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
Play pick games today from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
This ball game still won't tilt one way or the other. 2-2 as we head into the 8th inning. Jonathan Albaladejo still out there for the Lancaster Barnstormers. He'll be taking on the top of the order, Noel, Bernard, and Martinson for the Sugar Land Skeeters. Albaladejo has walked none. He has struck out 3, giving up 7 hits and 2 runs. His night would be much easier were it not for Blair Beck, the one guy who really has handled Albaladejo well. Noel 0 for 3, trying to bunt his way on. Albaladejo handled it back in the 5th inning. Jonathan to the plate, line drive and a base hit into left center field on the first pitch of the inning. Wide turn by Noel, and he's able to scoot back. Leadoff single into left center field. He was hoping that he could catch Torrance napping out there, but that is unlikely. And now the go-ahead run on base in the 8th inning. Winton Bernard coming to the plate, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Sugar Land with base hit number 8 off Jonathan Albaladejo on just his 78th pitch of the game. And he has to do something to contain Noel on the bases. Noel is 33 for 38 stealing. Hobson holds the runner, infield set, double play depth. Albaladejo will work from the low set, step off, and Noel back to first without a throw. The Barnstormers would, I think, be in great shape if they can keep Sugar Land from scoring and then score themselves. here in the 8th inning. Not only to have the lead going in the ninth, but there's a reason I say it. Fly ball to center field. Gendel going back. He's got to go back a long way. He makes the catch. Tagging off first is Noel, and he will beat Caleb's throw into second. Well, that's as good as a sacrifice bunt there, as Gendel was chased about 385 or so feet from the plate by Winton Bernard's swing. Runner at second base with one out. Jason Martinson to the plate. He has a single, a fly out, and a strikeout. You really have to watch for Noel trying to grab third here. Lancaster with Golson, Torrance, and Gendel in the home half of the 8th inning. 2-2 the score with the tie-breaking run at second, one out. Noel takes off for third. The pitch is low. The throw by Morin not in time. And in fact, Terdoslavich has to block a low throw. Now a ball and no strikes on Martinson with the tie-breaking run at third. Noel has stolen his 34th. Lancaster will bring the infield in. Noel, a guy that would likely come on contact. Ball one, no strikes to Jason Martinson. Albladejo rears back, brings it home. His breaking ball cut on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Designated hitter Zach Borenstein, a lefty, is due next. There is no action in the Lancaster bullpen. Albladejo in his 8th inning of work here tonight. One and one to Martinson. Breaking ball, swing and a miss again. Albie is ahead at 1-2. This is the longest Jonathan has gone in a ball game this year. He worked 7 innings against Somerset on the 24th of July in his last win. He gave up only 3 hits in those 7 innings. Tonight he's allowed 8. He stayed away from the walk. The count to Martinson is 1 ball and 2 strikes with the left-hander Borenstein waiting on deck. Albladejo ready to go, and the pitch, breaking ball again. This time Martinson lays off, and it's knocked down off the chest protector of Parker Morin. Rico Noel perched at third base with 1 out in the inning. Lancaster begins action in the bullpen. It's left-hander Matt Marksberry loosening up. Borenstein, the left-handed batter, is on deck. I don't know if Marksberry could get ready in time for a matchup against him. 2-2. And the pitch, swing and a miss, but it gets away from Morin, and everybody is going to be safe. A strikeout of Martinson, but Noel scores, and Martinson will head to first. Ross Peoples and Jonathan Albladejo said it was fouled back. And they may not get the satisfaction of this argument. Wild pitch will be charged to Albladejo. It's 3-2 in favor of Sugar Land. Zach Borenstein will come to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI. And now they're going to discuss it. Ross at least got the discussion to be held among the umpiring trio. And they all concur that it was clearly just a swing and a miss. Well, the Barnstormers lose out on both fronts there. Borenstein steps in with Martinson at first, and Sugar Land leading 3-2. Well, Barnstormers have had fits in close games. Something always seems to go wrong. Here's a pitch. Borenstein with a pop-up. Foul territory. Morin shucks the mask. Parker Morin staggering, but he makes the basket-style catch. Albaladejo could have been out of the inning, but now 2 outs. Silverio, the batter, he is 2 for 3. No longer is Marksberry throwing down in the bullpen. A right-hander has begun to throw for the Sugar Land Skeeters as they will try to work to their end game. Matt West is the closer. Nick Rumbelow had been sharing the duties with West, but his contract purchased just the other day. 2 outs with Martinson aboard. If the third strike to Martinson had been handled, Albaladejo would be out of the inning and we'd still be tied at 2. It's those little things that go wrong. There goes the runner. The pitch is lined back off of Albie, deflected to Martinez, and he will get the out to end it. 1-6-3. 1 run in the inning on 1 hit. With no errors, 1 runner left on base, a little bit of a mistake, and now we will go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is 3-2.
15 through 26. Whichever side sings the loudest.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F-Sport crossovers are crafted for those who were made for the city. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Greg Golson, Devon Torrance, and Caleb Gindel scheduled to face Ricardo Gomez as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Gomez, the Barnstormer from a decade or more ago, 2008-2009, were Ricardo's 2 seasons here. He has been around the league since then, signed this year by the Sugar Land Skeeters. He's 1-0 with a 1.39 ERA and 25 appearances. He's allowed only 10 hits in 32 1/3 innings. The 8th inning is his, trying to hold the lead for Chase DeYoung. First pitch is a strike to Greg Golson, 0-1. Golson almost impossible to hit for right-handed batters. Matt Marksberry again warming up in the bullpen for the Lancaster Barnstormers. To Golson, 0-1. It is outside from Gomez, a ball and a strike. Gomez, one of the elder statesmen of the Atlantic League. He is 41 years old. Golson pulls a ground ball, base hit into left field, and the tying run is on to start the 8th inning. Opposing batters against Ricardo Gomez coming into the night hitting .098, but Golson finds a way to succeed. Devon Torrance will come to the plate. And then he has to contend with Gindel and Terdoslavich. Everybody in the world has to be thinking Torrance is laying a bunt down now. Golson is on to get the inning started. Gomez, number 2 in all-time appearances in Atlantic League history. The bunt is foul, and again, right in the vicinity of home plate, just like the one last inning. And the Barnstormers were fortunate it was foul. Torrance will get another shot. Devon 0 for 3 in the ball game tonight. Marksbury loosening up for now, but if the Barnstormers were to score 2, I would imagine you'd see a quick switch to Scott Schumann. Gomez to deliver. Torrance looks at a fastball up high, and it's a ball and a strike. Lancaster giving up the go-ahead run on a wild pitch on strike 3 to Jason Martinson in the top of the 8th inning. The speed of Rico Noel doing the trick. Torrance squares around again. He gets ball 2 from Gomez. High and outside, 2 balls and a strike, and the possibilities this inning get a little more interesting. Gomez, born in the Dominican Republic, lives in New York City still. 6 feet 2 inches tall. 2 balls, 1 strike. Torrance shortens again, but this time takes a second strike. And it's now 2-2. The corners, Silverio and Cordero charging in on the play. Both were only 30 feet from home plate when that was called a second strike. 3-2. Sugarland leading in the bottom of the 8th. Here's where the new rule becomes interesting. Is Torrance still going to bunt? He has 1 foul ball available to him. Gomez pulls the foot to see what Golson is up to. A couple of wily Atlantic League veterans. I'm sure they've been down this road before. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Devon Torrance. He is going to square and fouls it back. That's his mulligan, and now he has to swing away or risk striking out on a fouled bunt. And he still could be asked to lay one down. 2-2 to Torrance. Caleb Gindel waits on deck. Gindel has belted one out of here tonight. (3-2) Sugarland, bottom of the 8th inning. Does Torrance still bunt or does he swing away? Silverio up on the grass over at third. Here's the 2-2. Torrance swings away and he misses. He is down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. First strikeout recorded, and Gindel will step in. The starter, DeYoung, gave up 6 hits in 7 innings, 2 runs on solo home runs. He walked 1, and along the way tonight recorded 6 strikeouts. Gomez now has allowed a base hit, and he has struck out 1. This Gindel at bat is critical. A home run in the first. He has since popped out and grounded out. Tying run still at first base. Lancaster hasn't been able to do much with leadoff base runners over the course of the night. First pitch is outside to Gindel for a ball, 1-0. Golson singled the lead off the 3rd inning. Terdoslavich had a 2-out base hit, but that was all. Sanford singled the lead off the 5th. He was picked off. Hobson walked leading off last inning, and then a forced play bunt and a double play, and that was over. To Gindel, 1-0 pitch, high and outside, 2 balls and nothing to the Barnstormers center fielder. Lancaster has already fought back from a 1-run deficit twice tonight, needing to do it a 3rd time, and at some point needing to pass the Sugarland Skeeters. To Gindel, 2-0. Boy, that slider came a long way back. That's vicious, 2-1. It made a very sharp turn in toward the plate from well off of it. Gindel wise to let that one go. It's 2 balls and a strike. Golson leading off first base. Gomez to the set to Gindel, And that is ball 3 down low, 3-1. High Point leads York 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th at BB&T Point. Southern Maryland with a 3-1 lead at Somerset in the bottom of the 5th, and Long Island tonight slamming New Britain 11-3 in the top of the 6th inning. The advantage to Gindel here, 3 balls and a strike. Gomez to the plate, and Gindel cranks a long foul to Prince Street and beyond. That might roll all the way to the Turkey Hill. And Caleb well out in front of it. He had home run distance. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gamble time for Ross Peoples. Does he send Golson or not? Gindel batting 3-2. Golson held by Cordero at first. Ricardo Gomez to a high set position. The payoff pitch is inside, ball 4. Golson was not going. As it turned out, it would not have mattered. Tying run to second, lead run to first. Caleb Gindel picking up yet another base on balls. That is his 66th drawn this year. Terdoslavich to the plate. Joe has struck out, singled, and homered. First baseman Cordero is behind Gindel. Caleb needs to pay attention to exactly where. Cordero hovering toward first base and could get there on a pickoff throw. He's not that far away. Terdoslavich awaits, and the pitch to Joe. Fastball is there for a called strike, 0-1. 63-12, the crowd here tonight. Good turnout on this Saturday. Beautiful weather expected for the 5 o'clock start tomorrow. Next weekend, believe it or not, is Labor Day weekend. Here's the 0-1. Terdoslavich looks at the slider for a second strike. It's 0-2. Destin Hood waits on deck. You'd much rather get it done with a left-handed batter against Gomez. Terdoslavich in the hole, 0-2. First and second with one man gone in a 1-run game. Gomez comes set. Terdoslavich lets a fastball go. It's off the outside corner. Ball 1 and 2 strikes. Coming into tonight, right-handed batters against Gomez, just 3 for 64. That is unbelievable. Golson got the job done to start the inning. Now Terdoslavich looks at ball 2 upstairs, 2-2. The left-handed batters have had more of a fighting chance at 7 for 38, but the numbers are pretty ridiculous. 2-2 on Terdoslavich. Here's the pitch, and Joe lines it into right field, a base hit. Golson will be held at third. Destin Hood will bat with the bases loaded. Third hit of the night for Joe Terdoslavich. Hood is doubled, fly to left, and lined to deep left center. Any of those, and the Barnstormers will tie the game. Hood batting with Michael Martinez waiting on deck. Destin needs to get the ball to the outfield here. A base hit, and the Barnstormers could take the lead. Blair Beck able to get on that ball too quickly for the Barnstormers to contemplate sending Golson home. Bases loaded, 1 out for the Barnstormers cleanup hitter. Lancaster down by 1. Gomez to the plate, into Hood, a swing and a miss. And I'm not sure Destin will get anything but that vicious Ricardo Gomez slider. Now he has seen it at least. 1 strike the count to Hood with the bases loaded. and 1 out in the inning. It's down and away and off the shin guard of the catcher Stanley. It got trapped in by his feet. Ball 1, strike 1. So many times this year, it has seemed like the Barnstormers have been in situations like this, games like this, and one little thing, like the third strike wild pitch in the top of the inning, has turned the game in a negative direction. Here they got the chance in the bottom of the 8th inning. It is 1-1 to Destin Hood. Gomez comes back and misses outside, ball 2. Barnstormers 16-37 on the year in games decided by 1 or 2 runs. 8-22 in the 1-run contests. Destin Hood bats at 2-1. Golson at third, Gindel at second, Terdoslavich at first. Gomez ready to go, and the pitch foul to the screen to go to 2-2. That was off a Gomez fastball. A watch for the slider. Hood has swung the bat incredibly well in this series against Sugar Land pitching. Gomez, though, challenges your game at a different level. Destin, 2 balls, 2 strikes with the bases loaded. Gomez to the plate, looper, and foul down the right field line. Foul by not much. Hood missed by a couple of feet down the right field stripe with a soft line drive that he just muscled out there. He'll stay in at 2-2 against Gomez. Michael Martinez, the on-deck batter. Runners lead from all stations. Does Gomez risk throwing the ball in the dirt and force Stanley to block it? He's pretty good at doing so. Destin Hood once again awaiting the 2-2 offering. It's been a long inning for Gomez. Here comes the 2-2, swung on and missed. You knew it was coming. Hood unable to lay off. Gomez with his second strikeout. It's up to Michael Martinez, who's 0 for 3. And that is going to be it for Gomez. Pete Incaviglia reads stat sheets. He's going to a left-hander to force Martinez to bat from his poorer side of the plate. Gomez gets the strikeout of Hood. Incaviglia will work the matchups. We've got a pitching change coming up with the score 3-2 Sugar Land here in the 8th inning.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are only 3 months old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to May Grant Obstetrics and Gynecology, the littlest of Stormer fans now have a place to go for dinner during the game. Tots can take mom to the Little Sluggers dugout behind Section 13 at the stadium for a comfortable private feeding experience. A brightly painted room with comfortable furniture and TVs tuned to the game, it is the perfect spot for baby and mom during a night at the ballpark.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel. If you want to be there, we'll get you there. New York, Washington, D.C. We service all casinos, day trips, or multi-day excursions. Lebanon's #1 tour bus company, providing monthly casino trips. Sands of Bethlehem, Resort of Atlantic City, Mohegan Sun of Pocono Downs. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call, 717-269-3124.
Michael Martinez against Dan Runzler, the player coach of the Sugarland Skeeters. Bases loaded with 2 outs, and Martinez looks at a strike on a fastball. It is 0-1. Greg Golson carries the tying run at third. Caleb Gindel the lead run at second. Joe Turdoslavich over at first base. Lancaster trailing by 1 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 1 strike to Martinez, a swing and a miss, and he is down 0-2. Michael on the year, 3 out of 11 with the bases loaded, but he's hitting only 189 right-handed. And that is the matchup that Pete Incaviglia wanted. No balls, 2 strikes to Michael Martinez, and time is called here. Martinez doesn't come through. It's Hobson, Morin, and Sanford in the bottom of the 9th. Here comes the 0-2. Michael lets it go. A ball is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It is agonizing that Jonathan Albaladejo is on the hook for a loss again. He pitched very well tonight. 1-2, swung on and missed. And it's back-to-back strikeouts with the bases loaded here in the 8th inning. Gomez gets Hood, and Runzler gets Martinez, and the Barnstormers are left wanting. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and the Barnstormers leave the bases loaded. We'll go to the 9th. It is Sugarland 3 and Lancaster 2.
Somerset 3-1 in the 5th inning. Major League Baseball tonight.
'Tuxedo Tour and Travel, your go-to motor coach bus company. Supplying your motor coach needs from day trips to multi-day excursions. Trips to New York, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and all points in between. We can provide you with an itinerary or fulfill all your trips' transportation needs, providing casino trips monthly. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call at 717-269-3124.
There's a new force in town. Know any young baseball fans? Make sure they're a part of the Storm Force Kids Club presented by Commonwealth Charter Academy. For only $25, kids receive 12 field box tickets. To go with the tickets, the Storm Force members will get a backpack, a t-shirt, an invitation to Silo's birthday party, and a chance to meet Barnstormer players over a bowl of ice cream, plus a lot more. What's better than that? Sign up at LancasterBarnstormers.com or stop by the stadium to get those kids involved.
(3-2) Sugarland. We go to the 9th inning. Albert Cordero will face Matt Marksberry. Jonathan Albaladejo going a season-long 8 innings tonight. He gives up 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, with no walks, 4 strikeouts, and it turns out that a wild pitch is his undoing. A ball that the Barnstormers thought had been foul-tipped by Jason Martinson. They didn't get that call. Rico Noel scored the tie-breaking run on it in the top half of the 8th inning, and then Lancaster leaving the bases loaded in the bottom of the inning. Marksberry to Cordero, swinging a pitch inside and low on the breaking ball. It is 1-0. Marksberry at one point had thrown 11 consecutive hitless innings for the Barnstormers, but the last couple of outings have not gone so well. Overall 4-4 with a 5.79 earned run average. The ball 1 pitch is smoked up the middle and a leadoff single for Cordero. Runner on to begin the 9th inning. Cody Stanley, the catcher, will come to the plate. Stanley 0 for 3, all on ground balls to Darian Sanford. Sugarland trying to break this open here in the top of the 9th inning. Hobson, Morin, and Sanford, and it looks like they're just going to leave Runzler out there by the way things look. Ball is high on Stanley, 1-0. Matt Marksberry bringing it home. There's a fastball swung on and missed by the lefty. It is 1-1. The Barnstormers do have De La Rosa off the bench. We don't know whether or not Applin would be available at all to come off the bench here in the late innings. Melvin Mercedes is there. Breaking ball, twists just outside for ball 2 to Cody Stanley, 2-1. Runner takes off, pitch is high, and Morin has no shot at a throw. Cordero steals second, just his second swipe of the season. Looked like Marksberry and Morin may have been crossed up there. They talk signs. Cody Stanley bats at 3-1. Barnstormers cannot afford to let this run score. (3-1) to Stanley, and that misses outside. Ball 4. It's first and second for Blair Beck, who's having himself quite a ball game tonight. He got some licks in against Albaladejo. Double a home run and a deep fly to left, caught on the warning track by a tumbling Devon Torrance. First and second, nobody out. Marksberry will bring it home. Breaking ball is inside and low. Ball 1 on Beck. Marksberry needs something positive to break here. Lancaster does have action with a right-hander throwing in the bullpen. Looks like that may be Pedro Echemendia. The 1-0 to Beck, fastball through, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Javier Betancourt, the right-handed batting second baseman, due next. In on the hands, popped up, infield fly called here. Hobson makes the catch, but it was official before that.
Second baseman Javier
Beck retired. That's a big out for Marksberry here in the ninth. Javier Betancourt to the plate at 0 for 3.
Fans, here is your Community 50-50 winning raffle ticket of the night.
And Ross Peoples is going to make the change. Marksberry has faced 3 hitters, and the right-hander will be coming on. So we're going to have the pitching change here in the top of the ninth with the score 3-2 Sugarland. We'll have the right-hander coming on.
Localflavor.com, local flavor, localflavor.com, local flavor.
Excuse me, are you saying localflavor.com?
Oh yeah, it's where I save big bucks on all kinds of things. Home improvement projects, dining out, family fun, electronics, jewelry, clothing. I even bought my wife a fancy spa package for half price.
Half price?
Yep, you know all the deals you find in Clipper Magazine.
I love Clipper Magazine.
Well, they're all on localflavor.com too. And you can get them right on your phone thanks to localflavor.com's mobile app. Here, take a look.
Well, this app is amazing. Look at all these restaurants, amusement parks, car washes, fitness centers. This is worth sharing about.
Exactly. LocalFlavor.com online, the Local Flavor mobile app, and Clipper Magazine together. It's like a triple play.
Do the cheer again. I'm in.
LocalFlavor.com. Local Flavor. Come on, everybody! LocalFlavor.com. Local Flavor. LocalFlavor.com. Local Flavor.
Pedro Echemendia trying to cut off Sugarland in the top of the 9th inning. Javier Betancourt to the plate against the right-hander. Albert Cordero at second. Cody Stanley at first with 1 out. Matt Marksberry has faced the required 3 batters. Infield set looking for 2. First pitch breaking ball inside. Betancourt has to get the front shoulder out of the way. It is ball 1, no strikes. Echemendia appearing for the 24th time. 1-0 with a 2.55 ERA. Right-hander comes set. Down and away for ball 2. It is 2-0. Rico Noel, who scored the tie-breaking run last inning in the on-deck circle for the Sugarland Skeeters. 2 balls, no strikes. Echemendia into his motion. He gets a swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 2-1 on Betancourt. York has tied it up in the 7th inning. 3-all against the High Point Rockers. Southern Maryland up 3-1 over Somerset in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Javier Betancourt. Echemendia straddling the rubber, swiping at the dirt. Momentarily, Betancourt steps away. Everybody now ready to go. And once again, Echemendia gets the sign from Parker Morin. 2 on, 1 out. Ground ball toward the hole at shortstop. Martinez loses the grip on it. He wanted to make the play to third and attempt to force on Cordero, but everybody is safe. And that will be an infield base hit for Javier Betancourt. The bases are loaded for Rico Noel, who is 1 for 4. Fielders will play halfway up. It'll be tough to double up Rico. Martinez racing after that ball. The only chance he had was to make the backhanded play in the hole and get off a throw to Terdoslavich, and even at that it was iffy. First pitch, a strike on the inside corner to Noel. It's 0-1. Here we are again in the late innings, a close ball game, and an itty-bitty little play like that, it just seems to plague this ball club. The drop third strike in the top of the 8th, and the Barnstormers load the bases. They have some really good at-bats out of Golson, Gindel, and Terdoslavich, and they cannot tie it up or take the lead against Ricardo Gomez and Dan Runzler. Breaking ball settles into the zone, a second strike on Noel. Winton Bernard, the left fielder, due next. The first 2 runners are Marksberry's. The third belongs to Echemendia. 10 hits total for the Sugarland Skeeters. Cordero at third, Stanley off second. Betancourt leads from first base. Time is called. Noel will back away. The only infielder not right at the edge of the grass is the shortstop Martinez. 0-2. Fades low to Noel. Ball 1, 2 strikes. Rico Noel led off last inning with a single to left center field, moved up on a deep fly out by Winton Bernard. He stole third and scored when strike three got away from Parker Morin. 1-2, fouled off. Noel will stay in following that dribbler down the first base line behind the first base coach, Juice Gums. Still 1-2. It was ruled a wild pitch up here, but I have in my own mind some question about that. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Noel. And the offering breaking ball hit high in the air, left field. Chasing it down is Torrance. He'll make the catch. Tagging off third is Cordero. He will score, and it's 4-2. Noel drives in an insurance run here in the 8th inning. That will belong to Marksberry. Winton Bernard steps in with the remaining runners at first and second and 2 outs. Three stolen bases for the Sugar Land Skeeters tonight, and they've largely been uncontested. Lancaster trailing by 2 as Bernard stands in against Echemendia. 9th run batted in for Noel. He's been a factor late in this game. He was a factor early, running down a couple of deep fly balls. Low and outside to Bernard. Ball 1 and no strikes. If you're thinking about pinch hitting in the 9th inning, the Barnstormers have only done so successfully twice all year. Called strike to Bernard from Echemendia. It's now 1-1. Lancaster 2 for 20 with a sacrifice fly in the pinch hitting capacity. 1 ball, 1 strike. And to Bernard, slow ground ball toward third, scooping it up on the run. Terdoslavich, his throw gets Bernard to end the inning. Good play for Joey T, but it's a run on the board with 2 hits, no errors, 2 stranded for Sugar Land. The Barnstormers have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Sugar Land leads it 4-2.
This is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum.
There it goes, a long drive. If it stays fair, home run.
Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
Just like a baseball team needs pitchers, sluggers, relievers, and coaches to win games, a fire company needs firefighters, drivers, fire police officers, and administrative help to be successful. Fire companies need to function as a well-oiled team too, through training, preparing, and working together like a team. When an emergency occurs, your local fire company responds to help save lives and property. Maybe it's time you stepped up to bat and offered to hit a home run for your community. Go to becomeafirefighter.org and sign up. You won't regret taking a swing for the fences. Join the fire service team.
Casey Hobson leads off the 9th against Dan Runzler and takes a strike at his 0-1. Hobson 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. The lefty batting catcher Parker Morin waits on deck. Sugar Land 4, Lancaster 2. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning to Hobson, a second strike from Runzler, who fanned Michael Martinez on 4 pitches. to shut down the Barnstormers in the 8th inning with the bases loaded. 2 strikes to Hobson, just trying to find his way on board here. To the plate and fouled back. Still 0-2. Hobson 1 for 7 with a walk in the series. Barnstormers with 8 hits tonight. Sugar Land with 10. Lancaster has never led in this ball game. Catching up twice into the dirt for a ball. Runzler testing the waters down there. That didn't work. It is ball 1 and 2 strikes. Sugar Land has won the lion's share of its close ball games this year. And for the Barnstormers, it has been a season-long struggle. 1 and 2. Hobson lets it go just below the knees on the Runzler fastball. And a 2-ball and 2-strike count. Morin on deck, then Sanford. The best availability off the bench for the Barnstormers is De La Rosa. And there's strike 3 on Casey Hobson. 10 strikeouts now for Sugar Land Skeeters pitching, including the last 4 outs. Parker Morin will step in against Runzler. Morin is 0 for 3. One out, bases empty. Sanford out on deck. Golson in the hole. Nobody else throwing for Sugar Land. Swing and a miss by Morin. He goes down a strike. It is 0-1. Dan Runzler, 34 years of age, from Santa Monica, California, 6'4", 210. In and out of the major leagues for a while. Second strike into Parker with a fastball, and it's 0-2. Lancaster had its chance in the 8th inning. Here comes the 0-2. Morin drives this to straightaway center. It'll draw oohs and ahs from the crowd, but backtracking is Noel to make the catch. Darian Sanford, the final hope for the Barnstormers tonight. Sanford is 1 out of 3. Barnstormers, barring a rally here, will be 16-16 over the last 32 ball games, despite outscoring the opposition greatly. Sanford with a swing and a miss, down a strike. It is 0-1. Corners play in case Sanford should decide to lay one down. A pitch in the dirt gets away from Stanley, and Sanford does not take off. That's exactly the time where you'd want to do it and try to steal first base. And even Sanford declined to do so there. One and one. Swing and a miss by Darian, a ball and 2 strikes. Runzler 1 strike away from nailing down tonight's game. It's been an entertaining baseball game, certainly here tonight. Sanford stays alive with a poke foul off to the right. Will continue at 1 and 2. It's been a very entertaining game. The starters, Albaladejo and DeYoung, were terrific, except for giving up an occasional long ball. But Sugar Land able to make the plays the last 2 innings, and the Barnstormers could not get that big hit or make the big defensive play. Ball 2 is outside to Sanford, 2 and 2, with Golson waiting on deck. Runzler to the plate. Sanford spoils another. It's not like the Barnstormers have gone without a whimper here the last 2 innings. Golson and Turdoslavich base hits in the 8th around a walk to Gindel. Morin got a good swing in here in the 9th. Sanford up there battling. But the good things just are not happening. There's a comebacker. Runzler knocks it down, picks it up, fires, and throws the ball away. It'll end up down toward the Barnstormers bullpen, and Sanford is in at second. That will at least get the tying run to the plate. It'll be an infield single for Darian Sanford. Golson steps in as the potential tying run here in the ninth inning. An infield single and then a throwing error on Runzler. Golson is 2 for 3. Torrance is on deck. Greg with a single to lead off the third and a single to lead off the eighth. And he was left in scoring position both times. The Barnstormers have a chance. The pitch to Greg, down and in, ball one. Sanford's speed forcing Runzler to rush a throw. Next offering, loop to right center. That is down for a base hit. Sanford will score, and it's a one-run game. Golson bloops a base hit into right to make it 4-3. And the Barnstormers are certainly alive here. Devon Torrance to the plate. Ross Peoples is not at all gone to his bench. The tying run now on board with 2 outs here in the ninth inning. Ten hits now both ways. Here's the pitch to Devon, and that misses the inside corner, ball one. Caleb Gindel looms on deck. Lancaster with a chance to pull it out. Runzler to Torrance, ball one, a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tough night for Torrance. He is 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts and a foul pop-up. Trying to keep it going here. There's a second strike from Runzler as we go to 1 and 2. And again, Dan Runzler has the Barnstormers down to a final strike. And you'll look at the top of the ninth inning, and if Michael Martinez could have made the play at third on the Betancourt grounder to the hole, then it was a 1-run game coming in here, and the Barnstormers would have just tied it up. It's these weird little things. 1 and 2, Torrance will step out of the way, ball 2 misses. Devon trying to keep it alive for Gindel. 2 and 2 to Torrance. Line drive, base hit into right center. Making the turn is Golson. He'll head to third. 3 straight 2-out hits for the Barnstormers here in the ninth inning. And now Caleb Gindel, the club RBI leader, will step in. Golson to third on the Torrance single. He went the same way as Golson had, with a little more on it. Gindel is homered, popped out, grounded out, and walked. The Barnstormers have made things very interesting here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Gindel in against the lefty Runzler. A swing and a foul ball back for strike one. Can Caleb pull this one out? You've got the burner and Torrance at first base. No balls and a strike to the Lancaster center fielder. Golson up the line from third. Torrance off first. Runzler goes back to work. It's low, covered up by Stanley. Ball one, strike one. All the way back in the first inning tonight, Gindel hit home run number 17. One and one to him here. Runzler to the plate, breaking ball, cuts across the outside corner for a second strike. It is 1-2. Lancaster with the tying run at third. They had the tying run at third last inning with one out. To Gindel, here's the 1-2. He just gets a piece to stay alive. Barely fought that one off. 3 hits in a row off of Runzler with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Nothing exactly roped. Gindel at least now looking to tie it up, trailing in the count. 1-2, Runzler to the plate, and the fastball is off the outside corner for ball 2. The final out not coming easily for Dan Runzler. 2-2, Gindel lets it go, it's ball 3. Torrance will be on the move, so if Gindel can find a gap, even if it's only a single on his end, the Barnstormers could get that winning run home. 3-2. Golson and Torrance take their lead. Torrance goes, the pitch is fouled. Devon puts on the brakes and heads back to first. Caleb Gindel batting at 3-2 against Dan Runzler. And what has turned into a very long bottom of the 9th inning after he got 2 outs quickly. To Gindel, 3-2. It's high, and Terdoslavich will have a chance to win it. Terdoslavich 3 for 4 tonight. He'll step in from the right side of the plate for the first time. Golson is at third. He carries the tying run. At second base, Devon Torrance with the winning run. Gindel occupies space. Terdoslavich with singles in the 3rd and 8th, a home run in the 6th inning. And we are going to get a conversation at the mound. Stanley going out to talk signals. It still gives the pitcher a bit of a breather. Bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Terdoslavich awaiting a pitch. It is down and in, ball 1 and no strikes. Next offering, Joe ground ball left side. Silveria will take it and get the force out at second and the ball game. And that will do it tonight. The Barnstormers cannot get a bases loaded hit in either of the last 2 innings. The final out goes 5-4. In the 9th, it is 1 run on 3 hits for the Barnstormers. There was an error, and 3 runners left on base for the 2nd consecutive inning. A great flurry at the end for the Lancaster Barnstormers, but again, just frustration. There's just not enough, the right play not being made at the end of these close ball games. The wrap-up show will be coming your way next. The final score, Sugarland 4 and the Barnstormers 3.
Time of the game, 2 hours.
Out when in need of new appliances for your home? Come to Gockenauer's in East Petersburg and see what buying from a hometown dealer is all about. We offer the best brands at the best prices, plus deliver, install, and service everything we sell. Don't get burned by another chain store taking your money and then going out of business. Come to the place who has been helping Lancaster County for 70 years. Your hometown dealer making the best brands better. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F Sport crossovers, crafted for the new frontier. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
Life-saving research providing even more choices.
4-3, the final score tonight. Sugarland over the Lancaster Barnstormers. Another heartbreaking loss. You can't say the Barnstormers
Her doctor for a low-dose CT for smokers and was shocked when the results
You
came
can't
back.
say the Barnstormers did not fight toward the end of the game. You can't say the Barnstormers
Cancer Institute
gave up. They didn't. But odd things happened, and the Barnstormers unable to pull it out tonight. 4 runs, 10 hits, an error. 7 left for Sugarland. The Barnstormers 3 runs, 11 hits with no errors, 9 left. The win goes to Chase DeYoung. He is 4-2. He gave up 2 runs on 6 hits in 7 innings. The loss to Jonathan Albaladeo, who really had a strong performance tonight, going 8, but he is now 2-8 on the season. Dan Runzler is awarded the save for the Sugarland Skeeters tonight. That for Runzler, his first of the season. Home runs for Sugarland, Blair Beck leading off the 5th, his 3rd. And for the Barnstormers, Caleb Gindel and Joe Turdoslavich with solo shots, number 17 for Gindel and number 19 for Turdoslavich. 2 hours, 43 minutes, the time of the game. The final 2 innings took about 45 minutes to an hour of that, and 63-12 the crowd here tonight. Each team scored a run in the first inning as Zach Borenstein's ground out scored Winton Bernard. It would have been a double play had Jason Martinson not been running on the play. Borenstein making it 1-0. Gindel answered with his home run to tie it. Then Blair Beck put the Sugarland Skeeters into the lead with his home run in the 5th to make it 2-1. Turdoslavich countered that with his solo shot to right center in the 6th inning. We were tied at 2 apiece there, and it stayed that way into the 8th. And we talk about these little things that have happened all year. In the 8th inning, Rico Noel led off with a single into left center field. He took second on a deep fly out by Winton Bernard, stole third, and scored when strike 3 from Jonathan Albaladeo to Jason Martinson got away from Parker Morin. That scored the run to make it 3-2. The Barnstormers loaded the bases with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Ricardo Gomez struck out Destin Hood. Dan Runzler struck out Michael Martinez to get Sugarland out of the jam. Then in the top of the 9th, an insurance run scored for the Skeeters. It was a leadoff base hit for Albert Cordero. He stole second. Cody Stanley walked after Blair Beck popped out. Pedro Echemendia came in to face Javier Betancourt. Betancourt hit a slow ground ball toward the hole on the left side, and the only possible play that Michael Martinez had was on a quick snap throw to third, but Martinez wasn't able to extend and handle the ground ball. Everybody's safe, and with the bases loaded, Noel came through with a sac fly to make it 4-2. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Lancaster able to get 1 back. Darian Sanford slapped the ball that Runzler couldn't handle cleanly. He raced after it, made a wild throw, an infield base hit, and an error. The decision. Golson lined a soft line drive, base hit into right center field, scoring Sanford to make it 4-3. Devon Torrance with a similar ball that Golson hit to the same spot, right center field. Chasing Golson to third. Caleb Gindel walked to load the bases. Joe Turdoslavich up from the right side against Dan Runzler, but he hit into a game-ending force play 5-4, and that closed us out here tonight. Taking a look at the remainder of the Atlantic League scoreboard in the 8th inning of play tonight at High Point, the Rockers are up 6-3. Long Island with a big 15-3 lead over New Britain in the 8th. Southern Maryland leads Somerset 4-1 in the top half of the 8th inning. This game was so action-packed and going by so quickly, we never had a chance to get to the Major League scoreboard tonight. Phillies lead 9-3 over the Marlins. Play is in the bottom half of the 8th inning there. Pittsburgh 10-0 over the Cincinnati Reds, bottom 8. Baltimore up 7-1 over Tampa Bay in the 8th inning. 2-0. The Milwaukee Brewers are up on the Arizona Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 6th. Houston 5 and the LA Angels of Anaheim 1. They're in the 7th inning. Braves and the Mets started at 5 in the 7th. Minnesota with a 6-5 lead over the Detroit Tigers in the 6th. Texas Rangers hold a 4-0 lead at the Chicago White Sox in the bottom of the 7th. Cleveland Indians 4-1 over the Kansas City Royals in the top of the 6th. St. Louis Cardinals 5, Colorado Rockies 0, top 7. Boston 1-0 at San Diego in the top half of the 3rd inning. Giants and A's, no score into the 2nd. Toronto failed to score in the top half of the 1st at Seattle. Earlier today, the Nationals with a 7-2 victory over the Chicago Cubs, and the Los Angeles Dodgers slipped past the New York Yankees 2-1. Preview of the World Series maybe out at Dodger Stadium. That'll do it here tonight. We will go to tomorrow in the rubber game of this 3-game series. Lancaster with Connor Overton making his 4th start here. He is 1-1. Michael Housechild 3-0 for the Sugarland Skeeters. Join us on the Gockenauer Home Appliances Dugout Report at 4:45. I again apologize for not being able to stream video from this series. Our whole system down here in the press box. We've been fortunate to be able to get audio out. 4-3 Sugarland tonight. So join us tomorrow. Now for Joey Greer and James Murray, all the cast and crew here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. I'm Dave Collins. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll see you at the ballpark.